Yeah.
Oh, Galil, your hair's getting long.
Gotta make some adjustments real fast.
I see the curls.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, starting to.
Welcome.
Or is that just the light?
Hello.
Hello.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Blam.
Y'all.
Y'all. Welcome, y'all.
My health would be 94.
There you go.
And don't forget, we have 10 temporary hit points because of the Snarfle Blaster thing.
Oh,
We do.
yeah.
Thank you, Sniffle Blaster.
Oh yeah.
Everyone should have
Oh, yeah.
That one?
10 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
How many?
10.
Everyone's in the right spot? All right, everybody's on the right spot. Hey, welcome to Game of Santos. Listen,
Wow.
the one week I
Starcross.
don't have Starcross, and then I'm like, it's Starcross, because that's how we start every week. And I'm like, no, it's not Starcross. It's Game of Santos this week. I have no idea what time it is. It's fine. Joom. Hey, it's okay. Hex Mikey. Do I just call you Mikey? Do I call you Dr. Hex? I like Dr. Hex because I think Dr. Hex sounds cool. So, Dr. Hex, hello. Oh, no, Joom. No cry. No TPK. Well, I don't know. Maybe a TPK. What is everybody trying to do these commands? You know what? You're going to get one day you're going to try one of these things, and I'm not going to tell anybody that I put something on there. It's going to happen. It's going to scare the crap out of everybody. That's what's gonna happen. Poop and cry. I hope not. Oh my god!
I can help you with that too, Aaron.
Turn off DM sass.
I can make
good
something
luck.
really cool happen on screen if you want.
Yeah,
Let me know.
maybe we will. Hashtag. I love that it's not even a hashtag. It's just exclamation mark. Everyone is Mr. Biscuit. It's no. Gone are the ways of the hashtag. It is only exclamation points from now
Oh,
on.
hashtags don't activate chat commands. So
No, I know, but we can. That's just the new thing now. But they could. Cabbages. Yes. If you cry poop for more than 6 hours, please consult a doctor. No. Okay. Anyway.
That's just called IBS.
It's just bad. It's just a bad time.
The poop that took a pee.
Thank you. We have before we get started tonight, we have some announcements to get underway. Starting with this Thursday, our one and only Dreamy from Starcross is going to be over on Top Down Tabletop, doing a one shot over there, doing Call of Cthulhu, I believe it is. So that's going to be fun. She showed me a little like get up, and it is super cool. She's gonna look super. Dreamy always dresses up. She does such a good job with her little with her little outfits. She does so good.
Did he answer or did it go to voicemail?
Huh?
No.
What? Anyway,
Nothing.
yes.
Go ahead.
Top Down Tabletop. Yes. That is the link. That is the appropriate link. I think it's at 6 p.m. Central. I believe is what she told me. So there's that to look forward to. Also, with Dreamy, because there's a lot going on, we have a very fun little announcement or fun little thing to show you. So if you'll all pay attention to the screen here on the stream, we got a little something coming up. Ooh, what is it? Let's look.
Nice.
Yay! So yeah, we have a little more Ardrin, a little more Kindred, a little more Galil.
Look at me, honey bunny.
Look at me! Look at me! It was so
To
good.
watch this.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to.
And I
Looking
love the
forward to-
almost children's book like.
Yes.
It's so good.
I
This
find
is-
it interesting that Pop Tart is framed looming above everyone else. Like,
We're gonna get him.
we love
good.
a little bit of good.
I mean,
just
have
a
you
little bit.
heard Pop Tart?
Yeah. Overlord material right there. So yeah, do come check us
Tell me
out.
this is a Thai iced tea.
Yeah. Ooh, I love Thai iced teas. They're so delicious.
Sorry, carry on.
No, you're good. So yeah, do check us out July 28th. For that, that's gonna be a couple Thursdays from now. But looking forward to the fun there. And then we also have another announcement. And I wish I had set up a drum roll for this, but I don't. So, oh well. But we are opening up a new merch store. And it is we have things available now, with more things going to be set up throughout the rest of the week. If you would like to see some of what we do have to offer, I tried to set it up as best as I could, but it didn't quite work out as planned. It's fine. This is what we got,
these
though.
dragon
If you look down here, Knights of Silver Moon. It's gonna be. I'm gonna put the link up here in a second. But we have a couple of different variations of some designs that are going to be available. And I think this is the store. I think this is the store.
I enjoy
This
that
should-
map cam is currently merch cam.
Yeah, merch cam. I think if you click on that link, it should take you to the merch, to the store itself. But
It does.
once again, our lovely Heko Geku Doodle has outdone herself, and you'll be able to find some of these things, plus more coming soon, on our little merch store. So we'll have all sorts of things: shirts, hats, phone cases, stickers, magnets, pins, cups, mugs, shower curtains, duvet covers. You know,
curtains.
I don't know how like ridiculous you want to get, but there's a lot of options there.
I want to get extra dick.
ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so ridic. I don't even say re. It's just dick.
I was trying to come up with a way to like
I love
do
that.
all of the my favorite
that
though.
is nice.
My absolute favorite is this one that's right there. I'm the baby Tiamat.
Phoenix Limited. Oh. Oh,
I'm gonna go.
what?
Really
You'll see.
sold.
You'll see it up.
Mine
It's gonna
is a
pop-
little behind.
Well, yeah. It'll pop up in a second. But there's like a baby-
That is a shirt.
there is
Who
a
could kill
baby
that?
Tiamat.
I
There's a
love
baby Tiamat,
that
and it's
lich one.
oh yeah, that lich. That one we specifically did with Kindred in mind.
Nice. Oh, wow.
Yes.
We are
I
Mr.
still
Biscuit.
like
Those
the-
are coming. Those are coming.
No,
She may be
Yeah, we have a
evocation,
lot
but
of-
she ain't
that's
stupid.
pretty cute, actually. Yeah.
What about waifu pillows? You know, I don't. Like I said,
And
we'll
they're
see
all
you-
of Aaron.
No, no. It's just you get what you have to get 3 pillows because there's like 1 full body pillow and then 2 pillows for each arm, and they
They
both bend
Velcro
backwards.
together, or
Yeah,
It's
it's
like a
Velcro
like
together.
bare face.
It starts looking like the inflatable like tube guy.
Wacky arm, wacky inflatable lamp. Yeah.
I was
Oh my
gonna
god,
say
a
like
Tet waifu pillow. Oh my
pillow
god.
sheet of
Well, I know
Voltron
you
over
for
here.
Christmas.
Send me ideas. Eh? Yeah, it's true. We can always do. Who knows? Who knows what's gonna come down the line as we go. But in the meantime, you know, check that out. Don't get too distracted. We still have the game to a game to play here. But yeah, do check that out on the break or whatever. Let me DM you my account and routing number then. That shirt is cool. There are some really cool shirts, and there's some really cool things. It's dresses. There's mini skirts on there. You know, whatever.
Yes.
Just whatever
I
you
need
want.
this.
Basically, it's almost like
Take
whatever
my
you
money.
want, you can find it there. Like, yeah, it's wild. All right, but I think that's it as far as announcement goes. We had a lot of stuff coming out today, but I'm glad that it is there. So, yeah, I think without further ado, we'll go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Game of Santos. So, let's roll. Okay. So, last we left off on Game of Santos. Party had just finished a battle with a few members of the Cult of the Dragon, the defeat of Fume, the revelation of Televor's true identity, a flame of Tiamat, a particularly nasty, devilish creature known as the Nabishai that was leading this small troop here in Amrutlar. You guys had made camp here in the canyon and had, in the process, set up a little, what's it called? What do we call it? A little tent city, a little tent town of your own, as you guys had, I'm sorry, I'm trying to put all these bits together. Sat out in, well, had to create a refuge from the rain. Fume had kept her distance until the next morning, whereupon you guys were deciding where you were going to go next. And as such, once you guys had started to kind of wake up and gather together, trying to figure out where your next destination was, and Fume had asked you where or what you were searching for. She kind of took a couple of hints from what you were talking about, and then asked you, Are you looking for the graveyard?
Insight check.
Go ahead and make an insight check.
You know about that?
Okay.
I mean, I've heard of it. I know that it exists. But aside from the fact
15?
that only... Okay. Aside from the fact that only Saztam knows allegedly where it resides, and even the Circle are supposed to know.
Well, that everyone else were.
I'm just dead eyeing.
What are you trying to get out of this?
I want to see if she like legit has heard of it, like maybe anything, or if she's trying to bait us to give her what we know by
Sure.
saying it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it something the cult like might have talked about at one point or another?
Looking at her immediate reactions, she seems earnestly asking. But from the little bits that you have seen of her, you know that she keeps most of her reactions when to herself, unless that she is legitimately just like unleashing her fury, as it were.
A controlled fire.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if the graveyard is here in the city?
If it was, that would be rather foolish, because then everybody would know where it is. That's why I said no one is supposed to know where its location is, except for Saztam himself. It keeps
I heard
everyone
that
in
is
line
rumored.
that way. If they upset him, he has the means of ending their immortality.
That's smart.
And
Or
if
it may
no-
not even be on the material plane.
I would find it difficult to believe that it would be anywhere else, but somewhere in Thay. There's a lot of land to cover, though. Why?
I still think it's underground.
Probably. Obviously someone needs to be there to help maintain it, and if any of the liches do suffer a temporary setback, someone has to help them regain their strength until they are ready to be released once again. So,
I wonder how you get that position. Whose ass do you have to kiss?
Why would you have to kiss an ass for that?
You don't, Sonder. I'm Soul. You don't. I'm just. Yeah.
Because
It's
he
okay. I
enjoys
mean, I don't
it,
judge.
I'm gonna spice murmur Kindred. It's like, you walked into that one.
Yeah, I did. Spice from her back. Just straight ass first. No.
Out of character, I love how Iskra's the one that gives him that.
Iskra laughs a little bit for seemingly no reason.
Telekinetic laughing.
Yeah.
Or telepathic laughing.
Yeah, telekinetic laughing. That's pretty pretty crazy.
Wouldn't that be the what's it called, the hideous laughter or something?
Something like that.
You're cackling in your mind.
Well, I know we're not gonna find it by speculating, and we can't stay here anymore. So
Well, we can't go back to the
Everyone's-
city, from what I gather.
What are we moving on?
Why not?
Then
we all seemed all
I
right
would-
with Nethjet, right? Seeing what Fanch's late husband's business partners might know, it seems like something to check pretty quick. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
That's
we don't need to stay any longer than we need to.
That's my vote.
one.
Wait.
I'm inclined to agree.
Do
Oh.
we know the direction of Nithjet, though?
It's that way. West.
It was north of us near the coast, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I bought a
Um,
map.
west.
We'll pull the map out.
corner.
It's sunrise. We'll just look at the sun and calculate, and then go from there.
Bring the map out. It's to the
There's
west.
no sun
Can
at
you
the
say
moment.
map?
Can you find the map?
I
There
Is it
is-
like
It's
dust
just because
clearing
it's
to
so
begin?
cloudy.
the map.
Because it's just cloudy at the moment,
Oh.
so there's no like exact location of sun. It is just light out at the moment.
Do we still have those compasses that the body gave us, Sonder?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, I'll pull them out because they're in my
Like the
inventory.
supplies.
Yeah.
Which way's north?
Point to the direction of north. Interestingly enough, the opening or the further, the deeper you go into the canyon is the direction of north, from where you're at. So that direction would be north.
So
Nithjet
is this like
is
the? Go ahead.
Nithjet is west.
Oh,
If we wanted to go that way, we would need to cross miles and miles of desert.
But
Or if we
that
can
will
get-
take us farther away from Mount Stay.
Well, we don't want to go to Mount Day right now. We want to get info, and then once we have info, we can strike at the heart.
So is it still by the water then?
I look at Sonder.
Nithjet is
Echo.
Where is north? Oh no!
if
In the
you
grave.
we would have to leave by a river, go back out to the ocean, and then somehow come back up. It's not something we'd be able to do.
Well, it
Airship is our
might.
best bet.
As I
Or
look at
walking.
Galil. Any news? Anything?
I can try again.
We could always go in the water.
We could.
I will just make everyone hold breathe underwater and then dolphins, and then we go.
Well,
It would be
there's-
nice and cool instead of hot.
Absolutely not.
You as you pull
I'll
out
put the map to them and be like, yeah,
yeah, I
I'm
was
gonna
like, as
walk
you,
away.
okay.
No?
it doesn't
The
quite work like that.
yeah. What were you gonna say before you
Sorry.
do that, Galil? Arjun, what were you gonna say?
Out of character, real quick. Which is the one that's Amaranth is supposed to be in? Is it
Tyrantoros.
Tyrantoros? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's her master's place, so we assume that that's where she would be.
And what was Eltabar again? That was the other school of magic
It's
area.
a lake area.
Okay.
Yeah.
While they're discussing all this out loud, because he doesn't want to necessarily give Fume everything right this minute, taps on the spice murmur. I guess he doesn't physically have to do that. We just
Yeah.
Do this.
do that
so
for
we're talking-
ourselves.
Yeah. yeah.
If I understand it right, Amaranth, of all people, might be in Tartaros. And now I understand they're a divination expert, but didn't Afriel give us a bit of protection against divination? If we're going
Yes, he
to hit
did.
anybody that can scry on us, might be a good time to do that. Because then we can just try and scry on her when she respawns if we actually manage to take her out.
We can do that now.
And Tiraturus is possibly closer to Amrutlar than Nethjet is.
I remember. The
But what's the idea with that? We're just gonna walk in and ask Amaranth, "Hey,
Yeah,
glad you're
that's-
awake.
Right.
So where'd you come from?"
Yep.
Where did
How
you
was
come
being
from,
dead?
Captain Nigel? I mean, I thought the idea would be to somehow get a fix on her.
I have that now,
responds.
but if we go over there and show up, all we're gonna do is just do what y'all did in Silver Moon again.
Yes, but this time we're thinking about actually looking at where she respawns, right?
I already tried to check on that. I can check it again now. Okay. I'll kind of go off with Galil, and I will pull out her remains, and I'll try to scry on her.
okay. In the meantime,
Sorry, just a quick thing. I think I'm maybe explaining this very poorly. The idea is kill her, and then when she respawns, scry on that.
That's essentially what we did at Silver
Okay.
Moon that I'm trying again.
Well,
But we haven't
Not to
killed her yet to
mention-
find out where she is. That's where I'm getting confused now.
could Galil potentially use Hunter's Mark on her when she dies? Or does it break off afterwards?
You're gonna have to come over here. We've already walked far enough away unless you're yelling.
I look at Renan. Use a what? He's gonna like paint her or something?
Oh.
I don't know how best to describe it.
Oh, I get
People-
it. It's a hunter named Mark.
So
Oh,
How
so we'll
did
have
you
to go
make
back to
this
the tet.
I
We're
don't
in
know.
top
of any-
form tonight.
Well,
my
Galil has
God.
this thing where he like looks at someone and then he just knows where they're at. It's
Oh, like
just this
he
thing that
tracks
has.
them. Yeah, he tracks.
Yeah, he tracks them. Is it like their scent or musk? How do you track them, Galil?
I've already walked away
Galil's already walked away.
Okay.
a long time ago.
yeah,
I'm coming up next to you and like kneeling in the sand and like doing my own set of stuff.
it is.
I'm making
raining.
no attempt to go over and talk to them. Right now, I'm just brainstorming with the group.
Okay.
So just so we are clear, we are not doing the dolphin thing, right?
You
Galil's
turn me
right now
into a
having stroke
dolphin, I will
hearing
turn
all
you
of this
into a
from afar.
Firevash.
I wouldn't turn you into a dolphin. You would just hold on to dolphin underwater.
That is not making your case any better.
So I'm gonna point again at the map and like
You're gonna
make
show.
out that. Yeah.
Yeah, you show him that the river that goes down Amrutlar, you would have to go all the way around Algarond and Altumbel, and then come back up to another river. It would be
Right.
hundreds
We
and
out of the
hundreds
way.
of miles. Yes, to
Think
go.
of Mount A as the heart, and arteries go out of the heart. Well, the cities are each on individual arteries that do not connect to each other.
Well, here's an important question. If we were to return to a certain vessel, what about
Mhm.
going there by a path that is not one of your arteries?
If we were going to Tirataros, there is
Mhm.
the Eastern Way, which is a well-traveled road from Amrut Lar to Tirataros.
And
It
it
would
also
not be
goes.
wise,
It also
and it
goes
goes
west.
all the way down to Nethjet.
Yeah, goes. It basically
And
connects
Tirados.
Nethjet all the way across most of Thay.
Yeah.
And
From
from your map, you would know that it's about 100 miles either direction from Amrutlar to get to one city or the other. So the distance is about the same. You're just going 100 miles east or 100 miles west.
could I be able to
I can go the
could I be able to
distance.
figure out how long that would take to go either way? How many days
On foot, or if you're going by the reclaimer.
on foot?
33
It's
hours,
got
20
twists
minutes.
and turns.
525,600
Yeah.
What's that from?
That sounds a little more accurate.
That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds
sounds
about
about
right.
33 hours of walking, which means for every time we rest and
It's a long ass time.
stop for breakfast and second breakfast,
Bathroom,
Yeah.
the corner
So
store.
it'd be a couple of days at least.
Roadside
And then
attractions.
Ooh,
the largest ball of Thayan
I
yarn.
love this map.
oh yeah, that's why I put the map in the chat so that if anybody else wanted to see, that's the map that we use for all of these things, and that way you get a better
You
idea
can
of like
type in the word and it tells you.
Oh, are you on
Check.
lore map?
lore maps. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm on.
this is kind of like a rough rough estimate of the map size and stuff, but yeah, it's something for us to base our adventures on. What was I gonna say? Okay, Galil, you go over out into the rain as it's falling around you. What are you doing?
I'm gonna get on my knees and
No more, buddy. No more. No more. Go on. No more.
I was wondering, I was like, what, Sandra, who are you talking to?
I
He's talking
don't
to
know.
the
I was talking
Killua.
about
Being on
you.
his knees, and then Saunders starts
No
talking
more.
something off camera over there. It's
Yeah, no more.
It's Moose.
Anyways, I'm gonna close my eyes and try and channel Carp.
Okay. What are you? What are your words of prayer?
Yo.
Afriel, I beseech you. We're gonna need some help here in a few.
There's a moment where you're waiting for something, anything to show that there is
I'm
a.
gonna try
Connect.
and drown out everyone in all the rain
All right.
and just focus on this.
So you focus in.
You want a little help? And I'll tap him and cast Deaf.
Oh. Nice. There's like brief moment where everything starts to just kind of fall away. And you feel the warm sensation inside once again. And the voice of Carp echoes through your mind. What is it?
I know that Farlight hasn't had a vision about it lately, but the battle with Fume is over. And we're in need of the Reclaimer already.
Was she slain?
No. but her blessing is gone.
I see. Do you feel that it is safe?
I am still, for the time being, yes, but I am still keeping an eye out just in case.
Sometimes that's all we are able to do. Tell Kindred he can reach the Reclaimer. He knows who to talk to. I will tell them to be ready.
Okay.
Galil. Good luck.
I think we're gonna need it.
Sound of the rain comes back to you. You see Kindred there as well.
Trying to
As
like
you-
kind of cover the rain from you.
Just looming.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to help, okay? You notice it got silent? You're welcome. And then I'll just like flick the rain on
Thank
you.
you.
Be like, well,
We have approval. He said you would know who to contact.
so we got the loan. Okay.
Yes.
Dad gave you permission to use the car. Just be home by 12.
Mhm. We have the credit card. Okay, your turn. And I pull out the orb, and usually I pull out like a piece of hair or a cloth with someone's blood on it. This time I pull out a little vial, and it's got like this black, just ew, it's kind of coagulated. Just okay, and I put that all there, and it's Amaranth's remains from the first time.
All right.
And I will try to scry on her and see what happens.
You reach out, and as the spell takes form around the orb in your hand, and you can see the clouds, the marbled surface within start to shift and move about. The spell doesn't connect.
And I think I've asked before, but do I get a sense that it was just blocked, or like the server is no longer connected?
There is the number you have dialed has been disconnected or is no longer in service. It just doesn't.
Please
it
check the
doesn't,
number.
It doesn't connect.
The old body's gone.
I think so. But don't tell the others just yet. But one more thing too, and I'm gonna undo the top of it, kind of just dip a finger in and then just flick it right at you. Hope it gets on you.
Oh.
Anything?
You sure this water's
Why?
sanitary?
You feel any oracle stuff happening?
No?
You're rubbing it in? Ew.
No, I'm trying to rub it off.
Oh. Okay. Well, I guess maybe once you die as a lich, like your remains are actually just no good.
Keep it just in case.
Yeah,
But
never know.
you gonna send a message?
We're just not enough messages, but oh,
He said you would know who to contact.
Yeah, yes, I know. I'm just gonna try this though. I'm gonna try to spy this member and see if they're, if with any luck, they're in range. Boys, can you hear me? Granny, Fanch.
Doesn't Arjun have the one that they gave the kids?
Well, that's why I'm like checking all of them. Like, who has the extra one? One of them does.
All of a sudden, you hear the voice, and well, and the thing is,
Ahoy!
it's
Ahoy,
not.
hoy!
The thing is, it's not like it's a phone number because once it gets attuned to the person, it no longer like reaches. You know, it's not like
Just like
going,
trying to,
this
like-
was Sparrow's. It just there is no other like connection except for the ones that are within that little.
Yeah, so
little
we gotta
thing.
kind of go through everyone to see if who's got it, if they're in range by any stroke of luck.
Okay. Renan, go ahead. We're gonna.
Call Luthra.
Hello, hello. Anybody there? Hello.
Afuera.
I have something that I would like to do as soon as they're done with their phone call.
Sure. What is it?
I would like to fly up to the top of one of the cliff edges of the canyon,
Sure.
and I would like to try to commune with Hirsonos again.
Okay.
Reskinning the campaign as modern, Khalil walks out with a satellite phone.
Somehow.
Hello?
Then not only
Those
did they.
giant, like,
Yeah. Not only did you level up, but you just transcended a couple of technological eras. It's fine.
Renan's the guy walking
Oh.
around with a jetpack on all the time.
We
Religion
turned into a
check was
steampunk all of a sudden.
26.
It's so weird. Okay. You get to the top of the canyon.
Speaking out into the storm, in Celestial, I'll say out into the storm. Yarsinos, which way should our winds be blowing?
The wind that blows around you blows strongly west to east, then east to west. And it doesn't really you feel the turbulence of the air as it just doesn't seem to have one particular direction over another.
I thank you. And I'll glide back down to the group.
Fume, as you come down to the tent, Fume is in the process of talking to Soul. So, you just don't wear shoes ever?
No, he does
He-
not.
He gets a little nervous and you see his like toes curl and like moves them away from being looked at.
digs them into the sand.
No. I mean, I don't really see the point when I am connected with nature, and I don't like when I'm not.
I see.
As someone who does not like going underground for fear of being out of the wind, I can understand.
I look at Fume's shoes.
She's got some.
Air Jordans.
I go,
No wonder she's evil.
She has some very interesting footwear. They're light. They look like fabric, but they seem to be repelling the water. Like when something is water repellent and it just kind of beads up on the outside. You see that these
Water off
that
a duck's
are
back.
yeah, they look like almost like canvasy kind of thing, but they're wraps that go all the way up to her knees. And
Really hoping it was like Azula's shoes.
I don't even know what those look like.
She has light up shoes, but they're flames instead of light.
Oh yeah, that's what it
She
is. Yeah.
stepped.
She goes real fast.
Yeah. Little wheelies too. Yeah,
Not the wheelies.
but you just see that the little bit of water that's still on her around that area is just, it hasn't soaked into her clothes. It just seems to be repellent.
Well, that makes sense. I imagine Iskra's bag is made out of a material like that, some kind of water repellent canvas.
So before Galil and I head back, I just sending to Granny, giving her, hey, we're because we're north of the city.
West.
Okay, we're west of the city, at the fairgrounds. Look for the one with wings. Can you come get us? We're out of money.
I go home out of money.
Can you come get us?
The party's over. The cops came.
They busted us.
Everyone was watching scary movies, and I don't like them.
There's a little bit of a pause. I don't know whether I'm excited to hear your voice again, or if I didn't realize the peace and quiet that life could be without it. I'll see if I can try and figure out where you are. Just give us some time. We're not exactly close by.
Get the response, and I look at Galil. Well, Granny's coming. It's just gonna be a while, so we just gotta. I look back at the group as they're like looking at they're all looking at their feet.
Everyone's like looking around at their shoe.
You see Iskra holding up her very fancy boot that Beryl
Yeah.
made.
And like,
Well,
you see Fume is just kind of like, Fume's just kind of like
And you
looking
see-
at
it's
it.
gonna be a while. I'm gonna go hunt for some food because I know we're gonna be starving.
You see Renan just staring out the side of the tent, staring out at the sky like, I'm done with this.
Don't go far. Oriel's with you, right?
No.
Okay. Check in, please, because last thing we need is an ambush. So just please, every few minutes,
Ow.
I'll go with
figure
him.
it out.
How?
We're still off a ways.
Smoke signals.
Do something. You're a smart boy. You've lasted this long. Figure it out.
So I know where you're at. Hunter's mark you.
Ooh,
You feel like
that's what it feels like every time.
I try to see like what he does to hunters mark him.
You just see a line go through like my eye right here.
I'm telling you,
But
it's a
it's, like,
string gun
glowing.
every time.
Yeah.
It's not a Sharingan.
It's the other one of the Neji clan or whatever.
Yeah, that one. Sure.
It's not the Byakugan either.
So, okay. I see I've caught your eye.
Wow. I'll be back.
All right,
Whoa,
be
whoa,
safe.
whoa, 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 whoa.
And I
And then
go off.
when I come back, I look at Renan because I know he's like annoyed. Hey, Granny and them are coming back. It'll be a while, but I told them to look for you up somewhere by the fairgrounds, so I figured that you wouldn't mind that at all. And you have the best eyesight, so you can see them coming and help them out.
Fair enough. As far as a piece of information, the knowledge that I was able to glean from the whispers of the wind is that either west or east may be no more or less wise than the other. And with that, I step out into the rain and take off
Be
upward.
careful, and I forget to tell you, so then I spice from you, like, check in with us every few minutes. Galil's doing the same thing.
Nailed.
All right.
So then I come back and so we have a few hours, guys. Granny's gonna come pick us up.
Are we sure we want her to land and pick us up? We could
Well-
meet her in the sky.
Well, it's gonna be a while, so we can figure that out later.
She should have a couple charges of the like invisibility for the ship?
Okay.
Okay.
Well, if we need to, I could
She
always
hasn't used it when she escaped.
bring more giant eagles if we need to again.
So
Uh,
she looks. Oh, she's looking at. Fume is looking at Iskra's boots. So you have a gnome who rides on a metallic dog, and they made you these boots.
Well, it's not so much we have her, but yeah, she's part of the team. And these boots were mine, but she modified them extensively.
And now
And
they
they
We're
were
squeak
made
walking.
for
for
walking.
nothing.
What'd you say, Sonder?
Here,
And now they squeak for nothing.
I look at Fume's feet again. Would she fit in my boots?
Probably.
that toe fungus.
You're gonna think this is really interesting. Try them on, I promise.
She looks down at her feet. I appreciate the sentiment. However, maybe another time. These
Just
aren't.
do it. You gotta
She
get
is-
weird with us.
She has trench foot.
They.
Is her feet always burning?
These aren't the easiest to take on and put on. Take on and put. Take off. Take off and put on
Take
back
off and
on
put
again. Whatever. Where, it would take some time, and I'm fine. But they look
I
really
don't
nice.
miss those.
Maybe another
Oh,
time.
here, everyone be real quiet for a sec. I'm gonna throw my boot to the other side of our little campsite.
Bounce off the wall.
Yes. And, it flies like it would if someone throws a shoe.
yeah.
Honestly, who throws this shoe?
There's
waiting
no
for
sound
somebody
that
to
comes
say
out of it. There's just-
Just hits
I like
and
the idea that
ricochets
the
off.
shoe makes no noise on what it connects with, but the whole shanty just falls apart riotously.
I could see how that could come
I
in
will
handy.
mage hand it and bring it back.
I could see how that comes in handy.
Oh, it does.
So, if I'm to understand, you guys are going to be going over to Nethjet now. Have you? And you have
It's a
someone who's
different
been
avenue.
there. And you have someone who's been there before.
A
Well, she
recent
says she
acquaintance,
has.
but yeah.
Contact. Yes.
How long ago?
Sometime.
We'll have to get that information when we get on the ship then. If it doesn't, the princess also have a contact in Nethjet.
I'm sure she does. If it's anywhere near the water, anyway.
Mm.
But
She loves her water.
Hume, the way you asked that question makes me think that maybe you know something about Nethjet.
I just don't know if I want to be going with you if you're going to be going there.
Friends of yours?
Christiana, one of the daughters of
I'm writing all
Tiamat.
this down.
Yeah, same. Christiana.
She and Zyvor are supposed to be there. Now, it's not like I am going to be much of a beacon to anybody of the Cult of the Dragon, but you all don't necessarily blend in super well either.
Well,
I
you won't
told
be
you.
any more of a beacon than him. And I point at Sonder.
Yeah.
That's wasn't aware.
To be honest, we were doing just fine until you showed up and started doing all your trying to court Sonder.
Court.
I didn't know he existed until we ran into each other. After
And
that,
then
it
once you did,
was.
that's
Same
all
with
you
her.
could think about.
After that, I suppose Tiamat made certain that it was the forefront of. Anyway,
So, if you don't mind me asking, was that like your initiation to become a full-fledged member of the cult?
Essentially.
I'm asking her.
I've been a member of the Cult of the Dragon for many years. It was going to be more of an ascension to a higher ranking, yes. But I've been a part of the cult since I was a child.
Why her?
Why Tiamat?
Yeah.
The cult believed in strength. Believes in strength. I came across them at a time when I thought I was weak. I realized soon, when they helped me realize that I was a lot stronger than I thought I was. And they give me purpose. Somewhere to focus my self.
Well, you know what? Now you're stronger than yesterday.
I don't think
And Amritlar's about a mile away.
probably, but I don't understand how that has anything to do with it. She's like, I definitely am not stronger than I was yesterday.
You just don't know it yet. There's different types of strength. I'm strong up here, but you would definitely kill me in a fist fight.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I can understand wanting that sense of belonging, though.
Well,
They,
and if you stick around with us, oh, go ahead.
she, go ahead. You finish. She like soon as you start, she stops. What were you gonna say?
God damn it! Now I see Sritney. What was I saying? So if you stick around with us long enough, you'll kind of see that a lot of us are just people with given a second chance, and are doing some pretty badass things with their second chance.
It is kind of interesting that we all sort of have that in common, huh?
Yeah.
How long have all of you been traveling together?
You want the long version? Because we might have time, or you want the short version?
The short version, please.
Since the takeover?
Well, some of us got here a little bit later.
A couple of them have left along the way as well.
But
Joined
there's always
other.
place for them still if they ever come back.
I can't imagine. I can tell that you all have a very strong bond. But from
It didn't
growing
start
it
that way.
at such a short amount of time,
Didn't?
I have known
Did you have?
Lagan and Legea. Gone. I've known them all for years. We traveled together. But I always knew that that alliance was fleeting. There was a constant struggle to see who was strongest. They never questioned my strength before.
So where's Lagan now?
I imagine back in Amrutlar, recovering. He was almost fully healed last I saw him, which feels like ages ago now, but I guess it was just yesterday.
But they are your friends, no?
Comrades. As I said, the cult venerates strength and tolerates no weakness. If any of them had failed, I would not have stood for their staying with us. Lagan would have been left to die had it not been for his twin sister.
Oh.
They begged Telivor for a second opportunity. And I was going to
Tennessee?
rob them of that.
If this is too touchy, you don't have to answer, but are you mad at all that they didn't want to give you that same chance?
I knew that this is the way of things. And I was certain of my victory. She's like, as she's saying it, she's like staring at Sonder. I saw no possibility, no outcome that would have led to my defeat. I was so sure. So I didn't give it a second thought.
The thing that happened between us, the Mind Palace, I'd call it. Did you create this? Or is that something Tiamat gave you to do?
At this point, I don't know. I would have to try and meditate and find it again. But I haven't attempted such a thing.
Well, how did you sleep last night, at least?
Alone.
That's what you think.
She, out of character, she also got 10 temporary hit.
Aside from your snake. But that's not what I was referring to.
What about the little guy that came around in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
kissing our bobos?
That little creature that
He's probably
came
thinking,
around.
and I lost to this.
That is literally, you see her face is just kind of going like, okay.
Are there any other dragon gods that could use a fume right now?
I know, it's like, maybe, I don't know.
You're not helping your case.
I mean, she has always been a presence in my mind. A constant motivating factor. And last night was the first time that in a long time that I didn't realize what that felt like before. It was different.
Don't know why all of you people always have voices in your head.
What do you
Really
mean, you
strange.
people?
She looks over at Soul and smirks a little. Maybe you're the one who's been left out?
You see, you see Soul's face kind of like.
Is he really? He realizes he's the only one without it. She knows what she's doing. She's just being a
Arjun
butt.
taps in to the spies member, just to Soul. You're not alone, buddy.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Okay, yeah.
The gods are very, very real, and very, very present here.
Very, very frightening.
That too.
That's
Um,
definitely taken some getting used to, I say.
I'm gonna spies member Renan. Buddy, you still up there? Oh god, he's dead. Okay.
He's dead. He's dead.
No, there's an appropriate amount of annoyed delay
Yeah.
in his response.
Perception check
Oh,
was a 26. I'll look around, see if I see the reclaimer.
Sure. Nothing.
Right, okay.
It's just rainy and dark. Darker than it had been earlier. It's just like the clouds are heavy still, which is amazing with the amount of rain that has fallen already. Sonder, what were you gonna say?
Before we leave, we need to make sure that Dudros is able to get out.
Alright. Renan,
We have a couple hours.
what were you gonna say,
I
Renan?
do
Sorry.
not see anything yet. I will let you know if I do.
Okay.
Who's Oh wait, did you say that Sonder out loud or in the
Out loud.
spies?
Yeah, out loud. Yeah.
Who's Dudros?
he is a friend. Really good guy.
In
We
Amrutha?
helped him. We helped him realize and get past the
The pacification, you call
yeah.
it?
He was not happy.
I would imagine that most of the citizens of Amrutla would not be happy if they knew the truth.
Right. There was a family whose entire business burned down. And they were completely fine with it.
I remember that.
Right. You were
You were
Did
there?
you stay there? I was.
Oh yeah, that was the that one bar that had the bad goblin name,
The
right?
goblin name, yeah, that they thought was what, elfish? We were spying on you. But also talking to goblins.
It's
Was I
amazing.
there for that Thunder I think?
It's amazing we didn't run into you sooner.
Iskra actually passed right by you that night. Right?
I nod.
We are very sneaky.
Apparently.
Hard to believe, trust me.
Very, considering you were traveling as circus people.
Yeah. We take many shapes and forms and fuck ups.
So I'm noticing.
You wouldn't believe our last get up. Well, maybe.
I probably wouldn't.
So, can I ask you some questions about your friends?
That was a particularly strange choice of words, but yes.
Well,
I
yeah,
suppose.
that was the wrong use of word. About
Your former coworkers.
yeah, that one. You mentioned a company, Zyvor. Is that one of the dragons, or is that another daughter or son?
With Christiana.
Christiana is the daughter.
Shut down. We're talking.
Zyvor is her dragon.
What color?
What killed me?
Black.
Oh,
Wait, so there is a dragon there? Like a whole dragon?
No, just a piece of one.
As far
was
as I
Frizzle
know.
right? Was Frizzle right? Not enough.
Frizzlet? I don't know the name.
Not all dragons are related to.
Well,
Not everything.
she was absorbed by.
Yeah, and killed in the process.
The unification.
Yeah, the unification of Tiamat. The Tiamat's unification.
Was not complete with her.
Sometimes there are those amongst the chromatic dragons that are chosen to be part of the Queen's army.
So, do you know of any other dragons that have been a part of this? We witnessed one ourselves, but that was it, as far as we're aware.
You witnessed a unification?
It was fucking terrible. I'll never get that scream out of my head. It's weird.
Transference from this plane to Avernus is probably not the most pleasant experience you can
And
have.
was very unwilling, let me tell you.
It's strange, part of me knows things, and I had a certain understanding of what needed to be done, what should be done. But now I'm not so sure.
Once Frizzle Rat realized what was happening, how she was being unified, it's not something she wanted anymore. But then it was too late.
There was a woman that I knew once. She's the one who introduced me to the cult.
If she says Callistia.
When the time came for her to be unified, she resisted as well. She was so certain up until the point. But when the time came, she said she didn't have the strength. So I helped her. And that was my first true induction into the cult of the dragon. I had a fervor, a desire to help her return to the material plane. And I can still feel that fire burning inside me. But it's fading now. And I'm seeing a lot of the things that I saw happen through a different lens.
You seem different since that being was taken out.
I imagine it takes a lot out of you.
Your perspective
Is shifting.
and the anger that was inside of you has become a gentle flame, from what I can see.
She pulls her knees up to her chest and like leans her chin on them. But stares at you very, very intently. I promise it's still there. It's just a little more measured and controlled now.
Well, good. Because we should probably tell you, once the airship comes, there's going to be a family of gnomes.
She looks over at Iskra. More gnomes?
I had never even seen one in my life before I started traveling with this crew. But they're pretty good people.
And a Ogin, too.
Yeah, again.
Is that a hound? No.
Soul, your hound found you.
Oh, your bloodhound.
Finally! My bloodhound.
The stable master guy walking through the canyon.
Hello? Hello?
But if you harm a single hair on any of them, all bets are off. Just
I
letting you
didn't
know,
know we
friend.
took that.
It was a side hustle. Turn back to her. Granted,
fair.
she's a Spitfire, but she's earned it.
I will try and keep that in mind.
Looking at Sonder, I'm gonna say, you know, Sonder, I feel like I learned a lot while you were fighting yesterday. Before it fades, do you want to go over the emotions again? Maybe hear it from my perspective? Maybe you can extract something from it, you know, to refine your style.
And that reminds me that Fume, maybe we can teach each other a bit of our fighting styles. You caught me quite a bit. I almost died. So your fighting style is effective.
For one of the first times you see her smile. Almost, huh?
8 hit points away.
Don't know what that means. You people make such strange phrases.
Yeah, a
Fourth
punch
wall,
and a
don't
kick.
know her.
Punch and a kick away. I probably would have been out.
That's because you hit too soft. And she kind of smirks. I knew you were
Okay.
pulling your punches.
I didn't want you to die.
She kind of just like leans back up against the wall and just kind of does a dismissive gesture to you and Iskra. Go on and practice. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. One day.
I stood up at this point and look at Sonder again, kind of do a, you know, come on motion.
I'll
And
crack my back and kind of
Too real.
Walk out
Too
into the
real.
canyon.
Oh,
Yep. Start stretching.
Here you go, Fume. And Soul's going to get a seed and then make it bloom into a red petaled flower. Here you go. I figured that red is a pretty color on you.
Her colors are blush and passion.
She kind of snorts a little bit, but reaches over and takes it. Doesn't say anything, just kind of like twirls it back and forth in her fingers, watching it spin. Galil, you said you had gone to go hunting.
I rolled and it's a 24 for survival.
Interestingly enough, there's nothing to be found in this canyon.
Jesus Christ.
Not even lollipop.
No self eggs. Womp womp. I will say, like, are you sticking to the canyon or are you trying to go like outside of the canyon?
Kind of outside, but not too far.
The plateau surface above the canyon is devoid of a lot of life that you feel like you would normally see in the desert. The rain that has been falling for days now seems to have been cutting furrows into a lot of this canyon, creating this very like interesting texture to the edges of the plateau where a lot of the erosion has created these furrows looking like little small streams and rivers, and a lot of what almost looks like now small waterfalls that fall over the edges of the canyon, either into the canyon itself in places, or if you're flying out over the top, you can see it like gathering together to make these streams that fall over the plateau itself. And at a distance in the rain, you can kind of make out a lot of this water that is falling further south is starting to gather into what looks like a river, and you can see that there are many little streams and stuff that seem to be reaching the edges of your field of vision where you can see because of the rain that's falling right now. But it seems to be forming little rivers that are running southwards, probably towards the river itself that you guys had come in on. We'll say over the course of the next 30 minutes or so, you guys are able to do a little bit of practice. Iskra, you and Sonder.
Yeah, so I remember it as motion, really. When you started out, you took a defensive posture, and it kind of felt something like this. And anyway, that's all. Just to kind of get the flavor of what we were doing.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to shape water into the shape of a bottle, but like only keep the bottle like to my side, and then put it in and like feel the water as it moves with my moves. Is this like PTSD for Fume though?
Yep, I'm sure. As I'm trying to keep her distracted from looking at you reliving each punch.
Right.
Oh, Sonder, that's a great idea. I'm gonna go ahead and start manipulating the water that he's controlling. Like, hold that still, but feel the way that I'm moving it.
Mm-hmm.
And start to recreate.
Okay, nice.
What
Arjun, you
would
said you had
do in this situation?
you were the same. You stayed there in camp, or did you go with? I felt like I had heard you said you were going to go with Galil, but I don't know if you actually meant that.
I would have, but I think they were having that conversation outside from the camp, so I wasn't present
Okay.
for that announcement.
Okay. So you're there
I
at the
just
camp.
stayed there.
Then I'll say that.
So you're just keeping track of the situation there.
Gotcha. Renan and Galil, I will say that then as you guys are the ones who are kind of keeping the most of a lookout within about 30 minutes of the message of out to Illy, you hear the sound in the clouds of the familiar sound of the Reclaimer flying within the clouds, not lower than, but you hear the sound.
Huh.
I'm gonna jump up and bolt into the sky.
Jump
Fly.
on Oreo and start flying.
Okay. As you both fly up higher and higher through the rains and cloudy surface, in the cloud itself, you feel the presence and you see the glowing ring of the elemental, the air elemental that keeps the Reclaimer afloat in the sky. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try to land on the back balcony with a stealth check.
Okay. Go for it.
Might actually not be bad considering I'm not great at stealth checks.
Then he
Twins
gets
blast you
blunderbussed
off.
by Sparrow.
With a bazooka.
19.
Hello,
19.
puppet. Actually, it's more of
Ollie! Ollie!
You filthy animal.
it's say hello to my little friend, and it's just Pop-Tart going.
Sparrow, you are my little friend.
More like Pop-Tart saying,
Oh,
a
yes,
little
good, nice.
fly has climbed into my web.
Oh no.
Um,
Wow.
yeah. I'm gonna try to sneaky and like sneak over door to the control area.
Okay, the door to the control area faces forward, and you would like be very visible. You can land on there, sure, without having caused a scene, but currently over the
I'm sorry, I thought they were on the sides.
there's like the two doors, but they're like front facing. On the Reclaimer. What was I gonna say? But yeah, so I mean, you can land on there, no problem. Galil, and Oreo, as you fly up to the airship, I'm assuming you land on the more open space area.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Here.
Still gonna be sneaky, and then I'm gonna open the door, and hopefully I see Granny.
Okay. As you, Galil, as you land up there, you see
She has a concealed handgun, so watch out.
you see a large, hulking lizard folk fellow wave at you from inside of the observation like cabin that's there on the top of the ship. Just waves over at Galil as you land, and then he like comes out into like, it's not so much raining here. I've never really been inside of a rain cloud when it's raining, so I really can't tell you what that's like. But I'm imagining that it's just very humid and wet in this cloud, like a very
Walk
thick
around
mist.
in fog.
Yeah, it's a very like thick mist. So you can hear the deck of the hear the deck. You can feel that the deck of the ship is kind of already getting wet as it starts kind of diving lower into the clouds, or has been diving lower into the clouds. And there's a little bit of like moisture that is really quickly popping up on the surface of the deck around you. But Ogun comes around to you and is just like, "Hello, it has been some time since I have seen you."
Yes, it has. How have you been?
Totally quackers.
Very, very bored.
Our baby.
I'm on my way.
Where is everyone?
Oh, they're still on the ground. I went out trying to find some food for us, but
Oh, well, we have plenty of supplies left on the ship.
Oh, thank God.
If everyone is coming up, then I can go down and try and prepare something for you if you wish.
Sure, that'd do fine. Ellie's driving still, or is autopilot on?
No, she is in the navigation. Who's that? It's just like it's like Renan's kind of like slinking down, just like. Sometimes I forget how strange you all are. And he goes over to
You and me both.
He goes into like the little observation booth area. I've
gonna
got
go to the
two of
navigation
them.
room.
I'm going to go downstairs. And, like echoes down through the piping, and he goes downstairs. Renan.
Opening the door. I'll open the door with enough of a flourish and step into the door frame. Bonjour, madame. We missed you.
Did you really? Somehow I doubt that. Clearly you have no idea the things we have been through these last few days. It has been awful.
You know, I believe there is a phrase that the humans use. Something about a pot and a kettle.
Never heard of it. Don't like human phrases. Catchphrases, they're usually rather dull and unimaginative. Where's the rest
You
of
have
your
no idea.
Where's the rest of your party?
I point straight down.
Excellent. Are you gonna be bringing them up, or shall I bring the ship down?
Whichever you would prefer, of course.
She kind of looks over at the controls. There's little magical holographic displays that are appearing. I guess if you're gonna go down and tell them that we're coming, then we'll bring it and put over there on top of the canyon. I ain't gonna bring the reclaimer into that narrow passages.
Do you just want me to drive one of the minnows down?
Sure,
Are
if
you
you think.
in here?
Yeah. He said he
I
went
said
up
I
to.
walked in.
Sorry.
If you want, I can do that too. You know how to get them out, right?
Yeah.
I certainly would not bring the ship into the canyon. It's only asking for disaster.
They
Whatever.
both
This music.
We'll take the minnows down.
All right. You make sure you watch out for the boys. They're gonna probably try and scare you on your way in. I heard them scuttling about, trying to say they were gonna wait for whoever was gonna go down below first. Not to ruin their
Well, they
fun
tell-
or whatever, but you know, we got things to do. I'm assuming.
Galil, do not
Yeah.
tell Kindred. And I walk out.
So, like, I'm sure
How
we
am
can hear
I?
it now.
You're the one with the spies, Mama. I'm not.
If I look up, can we see it, or is it like in the clouds?
It's in the clouds, but you heard. I would say you for sure at least saw Renan flying up into the clouds and heard enough of the ship coming over
Okay.
to know that it's
Going
up there.
outside, I'm gonna dive off the side and dive out of the cloud ahead of the reclaimer.
Galil, you go down to get one of the minnows.
Mm-hmm.
All right, going
Who
to
has the
the
extra spice memo? Is it Granny?
no one. It was given to
Okay.
Ardrin.
Oh, okay.
Let's say. Oh, yes. Going down to the lower deck, you are able to get one of the little
I would
life.
stealth my way to there, so that way I don't.
Okay. Sure. Make a stealth check for me. I mean, these are children,
Yeah,
so I don't think you're gonna,
Hey,
I mean,
they know
15
what they're
plus-
doing. I taught them well.
Is it? Oh wait, no, it's just regular.
They're in the walls.
That's
It's
in the
game
room.
over, man. Game over.
I need my calculator for this.
Well, I'm pretty sure did you roll over an 18?
I rolled a 15 plus a 13, so
Oh, okay.
28.
28. All right, yeah, for sure.
I'm not wanting to do
the,
math
hi-
right now.
the, hi- the highest they got was an 18. So
Okay.
Um,
Well, there you go.
Pretty good.
you get to the second floor, the second story, and you go down to the second deck, which has everybody's rooms right along the sides of it. And as you're walking, you get this it's, even though it hasn't been that terribly long since you have been inside the Reclaimer, there is something to this familiar space that is extremely comforting, and being in the familiar ship once again. You get
Is my
to the
door fixed?
it is.
Wow.
You run your fingers down the wood of the door, and it's a mix mash of, you can see the older splinters, and you can see where the new wood has been mended into it, so that it almost gives it this weird marbly texture of the same door plus a little bit of new lumber. But it is smooth and looks nice and sturdy. As you go down to the next set of stairs that leads you down to the third floor, where the two minnows are berthed there under the front side. God, I'm trying to remember my ship terms now. But they're in the fore of the ship. The fore and aft, right? But I don't know if that applies to the bottom front of the ship. That's the two minnows that are there. And as you are going down the stairs, you catch out of the corner of your eye, one of the boys has lodged himself up on the top corner in a very spies kind of way, and is pressing his feet and his hands up against two beams up in the top corner shadow, almost out of sight of where it normally would be, out of sight above you, but you kind of see him out of the corner, and he's just just trying to be very quiet.
Yeah, stealth my way closer to them.
You pretend that you don't notice,
Yeah.
because they can see you, but he thinks he is hidden and that you haven't noticed him yet. So he's just gonna be like, "Ugh."
Then I'm gonna go straight to the door.
You just hear these tiny little sounds of him straining to keep himself aloft in the rafters.
His core is gonna be so great after this.
Little do you know, he's been planking.
Planking.
every day.
He's been
Waiting
planning
for
this for a
moment.
while.
He's just abs. No.
What are you doing, Galil?
I'm just gonna keep walking.
Okay, so you go over there and start, getting the minnow ready for launch, and then
Yep.
almost silently.
By the way, I'm going to the minnow that I hid my huge ass noble witch's pint in.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a bitch.
As you pull back the cover, you check under the seat where you had left it, stashed up on top, underneath the seat. You reach around and feel for the bottle, and it is still there.
Pick it up and take it. I'm gonna hold on to you.
You hear a very quiet thump behind you, as presumably Sparrow has dropped down onto the floor and is currently in the process of very carefully trying to sneak up to you.
I'm gonna turn on start activating the minnow.
Okay. So it's you can hear the power of the magic run through the length of the small air dinghy, whatever you want to call it, the air lifeboat, and then you hear it, a loud, piercing, penny whistle of a sound that shrills through the entirety of the lower decks. This loud, like normally like would make a dog probably start howling. Just this loud just this long note trying to startle you from directly behind you.
I'm just gonna look up like, what was that?
It echoes across the canyon. Starts the avalanche that you didn't know was there.
Mostly because now there's snow here.
Yeah,
That's why-
exactly. Suddenly snow.
New band name.
Yeah. But he's just like, ha! Did I get you? Did I get you? I scared you, didn't I?
I'm just gonna look at him,
Did I?
go like that, and literally hug the shit out of him.
Did you drop your bottle?
No,
He stole it. Just kidding. Um,
it's still right there.
And he
for a second,
died.
he's kind of surprised, and then he goes in and like gives you a hug and like buries his head into your oh my god, the music's all over the place right now. Buries his head into your shirt, and it's just like, I missed you. Is everybody okay? Where is everybody? Are they all coming down? I can go hide again.
We're actually gonna go pick them up. You want to come? Yeah. Where's your brother?
I can't tell you.
Is he on this minnow? How about that?
No.
Okay, then we're good. Because I'm gonna open the door and we're gonna leave on this minnow. If he falls, he's gonna fall.
He
I
goes
could
over
see
to
him
the,
doing that to his
he goes over to the edge under the minnow. You might want to get out from under there. You see Grackle crawl from under where the minnow's at, like around the edge. Why did you give me away? I was gonna grab his ankles. He didn't even know I was there.
I'm gonna go up
Hi.
to him and hug him too.
He gives you a big hug. We missed you. It was really boring on the airship when we were trying to hide.
Did your hiding spots get better at least?
I mean, you didn't see me, did you?
I mean, I saw him.
Told you that was a dumb place to hide.
Anyways, you boys want to help me go get the others?
Yeah. Can we hide on the minnow?
How about you two go drive that minnow down and follow me? The other one.
The other one?
Do they have their
Yeah.
permits yet?
We can fly it? I mean, we know how.
I know
Scout's
you
honor.
know how.
Oh, it's gonna
If
be
you
so
have-
much fun.
You have to follow me. No exceeding the speed limit. If you do, Oreo's gonna have a tasty treat later.
You wouldn't.
Try
Would
me.
you?
I will
Okay.
intimidate this, Aaron.
Yes. Intimidate the child gnome. Go for it.
I've done it, so yeah.
Yeah. At least your turn.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Part of being
18.
a parent.
Oh my god.
Actually, I looked at that.
Nice. You see them like as they're looking at each other, just like, okay, all right, yeah, promise. I won't tell. We won't go past. We'll follow you, and we won't go anywhere else, and we'll not go fast.
As soon as you land, hide in the minnow and scare the crap out of them.
They look at each other.
I know you two can do it.
They're trying to like figure out who's gonna drive and who's gonna hide. Then Grackle's the one who wins. That one. He's like, yes, I'm gonna hide under the seat. They'll never know. Don't tell them that I'm gonna be hiding down there, though. Sparrow goes over to the other minnow, turns it on, starts up, and the two bays open, and you have the two minnows start floating in the dock, And Grackle gets down really low and tries to hide under one of the chairs, and Sparrow puts like these his goggles on over his eyes and looks over at you and does a little thumbs up.
Let's go then. Oreo, stay here. Stay with Granny.
The two little minnows dive out from under the reclaimer and dive down into the clouds and the rain. And you
And I have Hunter's Park still active, and I will go directly to Kindred.
Alrighty.
I
As the
rounded
two
everyone up. I'm like, let's get ready. They're coming. I just don't know how yet, but
as you guys are on the ground, watch the two little minnows dive down from the cloud cover as the rain is falling around you.
I know he is not driving that minnow. No.
Galil, you swear as you guys are like diving downwards that you can hear both boys like trying to do a very controlled scream of glee as the ship is diving down. It's like, yeah! So they're like going down to land where the rest of you guys are at. And as the what were you gonna say, Renan?
After getting to the ground, I would like to look to Fume and ask, so momentarily, you're going to have one of two options if you do plan on getting on this ship. The first one is I can carry you myself. The second one is you can let one of the pilots of any assorted number of vehicles take you up. I, for one, don't trust the latter.
He doesn't trust anything but his own wings.
As you guys have been now gathering your things together and preparing to
So
leave.
do you have all your stuff? Did you go potty?
Well, actually, I was wondering, what are we gonna do with Dudros?
We're gonna. They're here. We gotta go.
And as the two little airships land and you guys start gathering your things together, you see Fume, or Renan. Fume looks over at you and just nods slowly and looks out at the two airships and then back to the entrance or the exit of the canyon. And she seems to contemplate what she is going to do. That is where we're going to go to break.
Damn it, I wanted to say something to her.
Oh, I mean, well, we can start with that if you want. Or what were you gonna say?
I can give you a third option. How would you like to be able to fly on your own?
She looks back at you and kind of smirks. And that's where we'll go to break. Oh,
Jolene.
I got the kids via DD.
Okay, well, we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna go to break real quick, refill our drinks and whatnot, and we shall be back in about give us like 10 minutes. All right, here we go.
Hello.
We are back. We are back. And
From outer
getting
space.
we are back from outer space.
That's a
Yeah,
look up on her face.
I think I
something.
left my consciousness in the sixth dimension.
I love that song.
We should, what about the fifth dimension? Age of Aquarius?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one also.
Wait a
That's good one.
minute.
Oh my god. All right. So, as everyone, well, we'll say who is the one driving? Sparrow was the one driving,
Grackle.
right? No, I think Grackle was the one that was hiding.
Oh, you said he won, so I thought. Like,
Yeah, he won because they wanted to see
Yeah.
who would get to hide. So Grackle's the one
Gotcha.
that is currently hiding. So Sparrow waves over at everybody from the airship, from the little minnow, as he tries to get everybody's attention. over to him, but him and Galil have brought the little sparrows and have docked them kind of close to each other, close to where you guys are at. You're able to.
How's his landing?
Skipping across the ground.
Luckily, it's mud.
He did the parking brake way too early.
It just spins and does a little donut, backs up
What are we
right
doing there,
against the
kids? A
wall.
lot of sparks on this side, Dad.
Backs up right against the wall. He's like, perfect landing. Ding! But yeah, as everybody starts going over, who is going to which ship?
I'll go to the boys.
Yeah, I'll go to the place.
Okay.
Be a mug.
Let's hear it for the boys.
Well, yeah, you just see Sparrow because currently Grackle is trying to hide behind one of the chairs.
Yeah,
which
but those two are always something's up.
I was gonna say, I mean, your path. What is
Yeah.
Sonder? What's your passive perception?
Higher. Oh, 18.
Oh yeah, you definitely see the little hands gripping on each side of the chair as he's hiding behind one of the little chairs. But
Once he
he's like
jumps up.
he's not like he's grabbing onto the edge, like he's getting ready to lift himself up, but he's not. He's just kind of, you just see the little fingers.
Once he jumps up, I want to grab him and like lift him into the.
Cheerleader toss.
But I'll, like still be
All the way
holding him,
back to the edge.
and then do like a little
You
like
just
jump.
you just Team Rocket him like across the canyon. Oops, you got so strong, Sunder, with your level up. You didn't know what happened.
No,
Punch cats, and now you yeet children.
no.
yeet gnomish children across canyons. Amazing. But yes, he eventually does. Like as you guys come up to greet Sparrow, he's like, ha! It like tries to, wah! He like freaks out a little bit as he was not expecting to be grabbed and thrown up into the air. But they are both equally very excited to see you. Ardrin, Fume comes up to you and maybe not today, but I appreciate it.
Well, suit yourself. I'm gonna go crossing item off my bucket list.
My turn.
He's just like, oh,
That's so funny. This bucket list is being lifted by Slaughter.
No, that's called the fuck it list.
kill me. But Fume lingers as everybody kind of goes over to the airships and starts to gather on. And
Do you have to let it linger?
she looks visibly
Pensive.
torn. Yeah, pensive.
Now she went to Natalie and Brucia.
I'm still standing over by Fume.
So, what are you doing?
So, you guys go on ahead. I'm going to keep a lookout for a while, but I will be up there, right behind you. And, so, Soul's going to wild shape into a giant eagle, and then go up high enough to where he's got a pretty good overview of the ground around, just to make sure there isn't people coming or anything.
All right, flying high up, higher and higher above the canyon. Your powerful giant eagle wings take you up into the air. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
So, like, Soul, since you're like bigger in general, is your giant eagle like giant eagle?
It's still a large beast.
Yeah,
I know,
It's
but I
actually
just figure
smaller
like
than Soul.
Oh. I don't think so.
yeah, it's the same.
Okay.
It'd be
that's just
the
what I
size-
picture in
The
my
size is
head.
like what it called catalyst, but like
What's a
just an
qual-
eagle. Quetzalcoatl.
Soul's giant eagle is so big it could have gone to Mount Doom in the first book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
22.
22. Even with your giant eagle perception, it is hard to see beyond a certain distance with this rain. But you know that if you go higher, you kind of circle the space around where the reclaimer is currently sitting, just below the clouds, or just at the cloud level. You can actually see the bottom of the airship, kind of hovering just above where you guys are at. The two bay doors open, and this is like the one very visible thing is like the doors hanging below the level of the clouds, but you can still see that darkened shape with the light of the air elemental that like passes around and around it. And you scout around in a circle around underneath the ship and look off, and you can see the shadowed shape of Amrutlar in the distance. Because it is not terribly far off, and it is just hidden enough in the rain that you can see where it is. And you can see the rain that is unnatural for this region that has been carving out new canyons already into this area. But you don't see anybody
Is it
approaching.
still like morning time, right?
Yeah, it's still morning. It's only been like probably a couple hours, if that, since you guys have gotten up. But one by one, you guys enter into the little minnows. Fume comes over to the one where Galil is piloting, and just kind of looks it over, puts a hand on the edge as people are starting to get onto the airship and bring whatever supplies you are bringing with yourselves. Which I guess everything you kind of just have on you, right? Because it's not like you unpacked a tent or anything. You used the tarp and stuff that was
Yeah,
there
we just
already.
used stuff that was there.
How's
so-
the rope? Like, is the rope decent? I'll just take like 50 feet of it. If it's out, like, I can roll quick.
Yeah, you can find some 50 feet of rope.
We'll take it. Thank you.
I'll go ahead and get on the Galil minnow too, so that'll split people kind of equally.
Okay. You can see her look, and like she like watches the interaction of Sonder and Kindred with the two gnomish boys, and has watched like Soul transform into a giant eagle and take up into the sky. Arjun, where are you? What are you doing?
I am gonna wait for them to kind of get started, and then I'm going to cast Fly on myself and do the thing I've wanted to do since like the second session I've been in the campaign.
Counterspell.
Reverse skydive up to the airship.
Counterspell that shit. No.
Yeah, it's just him do like a shitty
Just a
jump.
jump.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, we lived up and leave him.
Son of a bit. Son of a bit.
He has
gun.
a fly speed of 20 feet. It's just like
Floating this way.
Iskra, you can see like Fume like watching everybody as she's like, you can tell that she is definitely thinking.
Is she gonna come?
That's kind of personal.
I mean, she's there
I'm
at
talking-
your.
I know.
yeah,
I say this out loud to Iskra.
because she's like, she looks up at you, looks over at Iskra, looks back out the way to the exit of the canyon.
I'm still standing over that direction.
She takes a step onto the minnow.
Seeing her like hesitation, like this is no one-way ticket. You can always change your mind. And I'll go ahead and take a seat in one of the. I imagine. How is it arranged in here? Is it like up against the walls type of?
Yeah,
like,
kind of.
armored
There's,
personnel
like-
carrier seating.
Yeah, I kind of have always imagined it to be kind of like the two. There's like two, almost like a little bench seat that's like there in front where you pilot or control the
I've been
craft.
imagining it like
Be right
the little craft from Treasure Planet.
Yeah, kind of something along those lines. It's just they have like a little control panel up front instead of on the back, and there's no sail to it. It's just literally like a little dinghy, like you would normally find a rowboat on a ship. It's just that the front section has the controls for the person to sit with the little chair there, and then in the back it just kind of has like the little rows of seating. There are more benches really in the. They go to the back.
What is that?
Are they enclosed like a shuttlecraft? Like, is there a door?
No, it's just it's an open
leave that like
open
that.
air. So as you guys get on the airships, everybody has
I can't
been
smell
everybody has been put to their respective spots, and then the little minnows take off and go up.
As Galil starts flying us, I'll say to him, it kind of feels like going scouting with Aelin outside Silvery Moon, huh?
Oh
You
my
and me?
god. Yeah.
You can see
You might want to hold on. There is some turbulence from all this rain.
you can see
Please
like
fasten your
fume
seatbelt.
fume kind of has
I
her
am
hands.
hanging on.
Yeah,
with,
like
got both arms.
I
Kind
felt
of
it coming
racing.
down. Get ready.
let's do the
But then I'm not bothering to block the rain. I've been water so much.
yeah. It's like it's part of you. It's fine. But yeah, it's the two
Not Galil driving.
spinning out in the air. Runs into Ardrin. Ah! You never thought you'd have to worry about being run over in the air, but there you are.
Galil's minnow pulls up next to the boys and goes, "Run, run."
That is probably not a game that you want to play with these boys. Or maybe you do. I don't know.
I'm pulling a spell ready. I'm like, yep, we boys, we
I
got
have
this.
spells ready too.
Oh Jesus.
And my hunter's mark's still active. I know where to shoot.
To spell magic. No. But on our way up, I'm just gonna kind of like, because the boys were like looking at Fume, right? They saw new.
They
person.
saw, yeah. They see her at one point, and they lean over. They would have leaned over, and Sparrow at least would have been like, "Who's that?"
That's Sandra's girlfriend. Well, trying to be girlfriend. But she's on probation. If she does anything shady or is being a weird in the ship, let one of us know immediately. Okay?
They look over at Sonder and kind of smile. And Grackle does "Ooh," a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna like, she'll like away from Sandra so can't see. I'm just gonna be like kissing noises.
You're such a turd. Okay, as the two minnows go up and go into the docks within the reclaimer, you guys are brought into the airship. Oh, what are you gonna say?
After they've taken off and they've gone off a fair ways, I'll look back out towards the sky, away from the reclaimer, and say in Celestial, meaning for it to go to Hirsonos, may wind bring her to brighter skies than these. And I take off towards the reclaimer.
Okay.
Can we still see the city like one last time?
You look in the
Very
direction of the
rainy.
city. It is very rainy, and you can see like the general shape of darkness where that city is at, but you can't see the city.
Guys, I'm gonna miss the rains down in Amrutlar.
We are sure that Dudros is taken care of, right?
Well, he's not any worse off than he was. And they strangely can find solace in that for now.
We can always get him when we return.
Did the body not agree to?
I don't know what the body is. Apparently, the body got dismembered, maybe. So,
I would like to cast, once I wander off towards my own area, kind of walking up towards the top deck, I would like to cast Sending to Dudros.
Okay.
Who are you?
motherfucker.
You must stay safe, for we cannot return to the city. Not right now.
Number is this?
Okay. There's a moment.
Thank you, Trin.
Okay. Things are not good here. Be careful. I might try and leave.
I will cast it again after he's done.
Yeah.
I will check in with you at noon every day that I can. If you do leave, perhaps I can find you.
Thank you. May your journeys take you to green pastures.
Uh-oh, we're buffering.
Are we?
Oh,
It seems
No,
to be a 9
that's fine.
o'clock thing.
Yep,
Or
right.
9:30.
now. Back on track.
We're good. We're good. We're good. Posture check. I did see that. I don't know how long ago it was, but posture check.
it's pretty, or
Fairly
alright.
recently.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Renan, you fly up onto the deck of the ship, where once you guys are aboard, you see Grandma Ailey is there on the deck, has been kind of looking over and was walking back up to the navigation section, as you guys were coming up. She goes, "Do we have a destination yet, or are you just gonna like wing it as you normally do?"
I smile, but I don't really respond.
All right, sounds
To
good
whom
enough,
Did she ask this?
Renan. Because Renan, he's up on the top deck, and you guys came up from below, so. But now the rest of you guys are now on the Reclaimer. And actually, I guess those of you who are down below would have been greeted by a Fanch, as she
Big hunk
is.
of wood.
As Fanch is there waiting for the ships to return. She's like leaning very casually up against the side wall. Oh, look who decided to finally grace us with her presences. Presence eye. Whatever you want to call it. Good to see you guys. Glad you're all
I
in one
laugh.
piece.
Good to see you too, Fanch. How are
Uh,
things here?
Boring as hell. But, you know, the boys
I
taught
would
me a
rather
couple.
have taken that.
Oh, like you had it so bad going to going to the races and you know, having a good time in the city or whatever. You know, sure, it's run by the Empire, but how bad could it have been?
Bad. We'll talk.
I'm joking. I remember. I was there. Remember, I was there for part of it. I know it seemed pretty dark, but I'm glad that you guys are.
soberly
So,
reminded.
Fanch. Oh, so Fanch, this is Fume.
Hello.
Fume, this is Fanch.
Does Finch remember Fume as?
I was gonna
we didn't
say,
get that far, did we?
As a name
right?
that was
Yeah.
of concern, at least.
She kind of goes over to whoever's closest, which I would imagine is Sonder, and she goes, "Hello, how you doing? Good to meet you." And Fanch did. I mean, fuck. Fanch and Fume. I did this to myself. Oh
Two very
boy.
different voices and personalities that you have to switch between rapidly
Yeah.
now. Good luck.
But the names
And
are
there's
both
Ogun
start
on
with
the
F.
ship.
F
Not
you.
A, at least.
Yeah, that's true. As I will say that Fume is helping Galil like tie down the minnows once again. Fanch goes over to Sonder. Isn't that someone we were like trying to avoid before?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
She's
cool.
turned a new leaf.
Sure.
She's trying.
I mean, who am I to judge? You guys have been down on the ground, you know, for a few days. Why not bring on a couple more stowaways? You know, is anybody else you hide in your pockets or anything?
There's one that we had to leave behind.
Oh, that sounds about right. Why didn't you didn't want to sneak them aboard too, or what?
Well, we could only bring part of them as I pull out the random skull from my bag. It's not Nefarious, it's the other one.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was his name?
She's just kind of like,
Oh, just random cave dude.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember him.
She's just like, okay, all right.
Dude,
Well,
That is not them, but
You know, it's Kindred. You know, you're never one to surprise. Like you never want to disappoint. Always a surprise with you.
I like to
Anyway,
spice up.
So, I'm assuming things went well. As now everyone is kind of gathering up together.
we
I go
only
like this.
maybe died
Half and half.
a couple times. Yeah.
Where's Big O Softy? I don't see him. You didn't lose another one, did you?
Well, you see the big bird floating around?
Well, you're on the third deck.
It
underneath.
might actually be
I was
below.
like, yeah, you guys are still below. I was like, you guys are below decks right now, still.
Well, he screeched so loud I thought it was up. So
Yeah.
the bird.
Oh, he's out. He's outside. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I meant so, right? Not Renan.
Yeah, he's the bird.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Not
So what were you gonna say?
So once Soul sees that everyone has kind of went up into the ship, he's gonna do another look-see all around to double check, triple check.
Do we see him like from the top the deck of the ship once we kind of get up there?
I'd
If
be
you- if you-
below the airship.
Oh, you're staying below.
Yeah, below the cloud level.
I'm gonna go up to the boys, be like, I bet if you ask Soul nicely, he'll give you free rides. And just walk off.
They both look at each other and smile.
Don't even think about it as I walk on by.
Think about it.
All right. So, Soul, go ahead and make another perception check for me.
Oh, thank God I have advantage. 20, unnatural.
All right. Yep. Even as as you saw the minnows get stowed away beneath the reclaimer, you see nothing. It seems to be coming this direction. So, Renan and everybody else, you guys gather up at some point, I'm assuming. What are you guys doing?
I'd like to give Fume a tour.
I would like to walk up to Granny.
Okay.
Get a
I'd like
navigation
to
room.
tell Fanch that we're thinking about going to NethJet. So if she remembers any of her husband's contacts,
Yeah.
now's the time to start thinking about how we might get a hold of them.
Okay.
I'll assist you, Isker, with that.
Alrighty. Galil, what are you doing?
Navigation room to figure out where we're going to go.
Okay. So you and Renan go to the navigation room. Sonder, you're giving a tour. Arjun, what are you doing?
I am going to go and see what sort of cocooned up mess Pop Tart has laid waste to in that deck.
Okay. There is a
Oh, near Renan's stump.
You've seen the
There's-
mist, right?
Yeah, there's now like an ominous miasma cloud like around it.
just like a
Yeah, that's
slow-
not weather.
a-
That's just
that's a low mist that is now around the wait,
log
didn't
in
you
that
leave?
room.
Didn't you leave him in your room, or did you leave him in the?
but he's also a spider, so he can go wherever he wants.
Right. So,
I actually don't give a fuck.
where are you going first?
First, I'm going to try and use the circlet to call out to him.
Okay.
Oh, Pop Tart, Daddy's home.
Oh yeah.
Disturb my slumber.
Quick.
Just kidding. It's just me. You're back. You're
Yeah, where are you?
back. Why don't you try and find me? I'm in
Oh,
your
the
room. I
cheat.
can't wait.
Oh,
was just gonna
okay.
use
I was
the
gonna
circlet
say
to, like,
that's
hone in.
creepy.
That's like that Pet Cemetery shit. Like, oh, no fair.
Oh, that's creepy.
I feel like he's
No,
probably
Arjun
like the
resigning
size of a
himself to
dog at
death,
this
goes to
point.
his room.
Goes to the room. You go to your room, and as you open the door, there is the slight sound of like tearing paper as the entire edges of the door have been sealed with webbing as it just like opens up with a little tear.
Go.
And except for the very bottom has been left open for him to be able to exit, but he kept your room sealed.
Yeah, but isn't he now like the size of a Great Dane or?
No, he's still like about, like that. He's still a little bitty, and he sits
little
there.
pea-sized
Yeah, about
monstrosity.
he sits there in the center of the of your bed, and where the bed like fits up against the wall, there is this odd like bowl-shaped nest of spider web that is kind of just there in the corner. That creates this like, it's like setting a bowl into the corner of the bed in the wall in that corner of wall intersection and bed. It's just like a little nest of spider web.
If you look to your left, there's like a cocooned you.
What's the secret password?
I missed you.
Good enough. And goes over to the edge of the bed.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Did his legs ever grow back from the explosion?
I don't think he was
I don't think he was harmed in the
maimed
explosion.
as much as just sort
was
of
just
slightly
like sizzle.
singed.
Yeah, just
For
a little
effect.
singed.
He was
Just
singed.
a little singed.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the little spider hairs were kind of just singed
Yeah.
right off. I think.
Okay.
But he like crawls over to the bed, and he has gotten a little bigger since the last time you saw him. But it's still like he's still.
He
he's
just
still
ate a
little-
fly.
How much
like-
of the room is uncovered? I think is the better way to put this.
He hasn't like fully redecorated. There's still like upper corners you can see have like little patches of webbing in like the corners and stuff. It looks like this room has been, except for the fact that there is not really like a layer of dust everywhere. It does look like it has been left for a long time. It has like the spider webs hanging in corners and up against like the bits of the wall, but it's not like a terrible, everything has been covered in spider web.
Is it wasn't a jar, but it was some sort of, I don't know, a bottle of rose water that he left on the counter somewhere in here. Is that still there? Has it been broken? Is it?
Nothing else seems to have been moved. Because the door has been sealed, it has kind of.
Oh, I know,
remained.
but the ship rocking back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Nope.
Pop Tart is kind of pinkish and smells really good now.
I mean,
I love bathing in it.
it's just
This
filled
is
with his
mine
children.
now. This is mine
Oh.
now. All right.
Now,
If
were you good? You were
Strawberry-
taking care of everybody? And by that, I mean protecting them.
Nobody
So
came
what I
in
said
your.
take care of though.
I assume I'm going to have to be more careful with my choice of words.
Everyone still lives, but it can be changed if you want.
Well, I appreciate you deferring to my judgment, but might be coming a time where I might get to deploy you on someone who really deserves to get it.
I like where your head is at. I hope you didn't mind I
Alright.
set up in the corner.
No, I kind of figured you'd get up to that. Do you mind if we clean up a little bit, though, just so we can have some room to walk around? Or at least, sorry, so I can have some room to walk around?
You're like, does that little spider like jump sideways and jumps this way, like looking around? Looks perfect to me.
All right, we'll revisit this. You want to join me in a walk up to the rest of the crew?
With startling and slightly unnerving speed, he scuttles forward and leaps a very large distance between you and him and lands on your leg before like clambering up to your shoulder.
That's adorable.
I kind of just like shift the collar so he has a little like space to hide in between.
He goes the little triangle of the collar that it creates. He goes up there, and you can almost see the tiny little eyes catching the light from just the darkness of his little cave there in the corner of the collar.
I like how I have my own little like predator shoulder launcher thing, but it's a little spider.
For sure, 100%. Okay.
Pop
So
Tart, get him.
sick 'em. Then we go over to Galil and Renan. As you go up to the Reclaimers navigation section and talk to Grandma Ellie. Where are you? What are you guys doing?
I know that everyone was trying to debate where we're going next. Did you guys get any info while we were away?
No. We were told to just stay out of sight. We stayed about 20 miles southeast of the city.
Well, as far as your question on directions, we should be going northwest.
Northwest. Any particular destination that we're just going in a direction aimlessly for miles upon miles and days upon days?
Well, I know that there are two cities that we were trying to choose from.
If
Thus
we
far,
go,
we have come to the decision on Nephjet.
Nethjet or Territoros.
You know, if we go any further north, it's gonna put us really close to Mount Thay, right?
Sorry, northwest.
Either
go
way,
the
we're still
eastern
going.
way
Are you there?
to the west.
Are you there also, Sonder?
Oh well. Oh no.
I thought you were giving us the
Keep your
I
damn
was
mouth
giving
shut.
her.
Yeah,
tour.
he's giving his
I'm the-
girlfriend.
yeah, I'm the
a
cartographer.
tour.
Somebody. No, never mind. It's fine.
I mean, we can go wherever you want. I'm just saying, any direction, if we go east or west, but more north than we are, it's gonna put us within line of sight of the mountains. I don't know if you know what's going on, but most of the area seems covered in rain clouds lately. Is this something that you did again? She looks over at Renan.
No, trust me. if I were going to make a storm, it would not be in a desert.
Yeah, I thought it was a very
Well.
strange choice.
He's literally done that like a handful of times in the desert.
Yeah, just a handful.
All right, so you're,
No, I haven't.
you're wanting to go to Nethjet then. I know where that's at. If that's where you're wanting to go, I could get there in a few hours.
Well, perhaps we could circumnavigate to make certain we're staying about the same distance from Mount Thay.
Sure. I mean, the one thing that I would be more concerned about now, other than being close to Mount Thay, is the fact that we don't know if they've got other airships around these parts. I mean, the Reclaimer wasn't the only one in the Imperial Navy, right?
Yeah.
As long as we're in the cloud cover, I mean, we should be good. But I'm just saying, once we get closer to, home base, as it were, I would imagine that they've got a good amount of air support to kind of keep them safe.
Then in the cloud cover we shall stay.
All right, well, I guess I got work to do. You group two just go dry off. You're getting water all over my navigation desk.
I slightly shake my wings.
This is why I shouldn't have had any kids.
Damn.
Wow.
Wow, tell us how you really.
Wow.
Wait, is
Crazy
she?
girl?
No, she's not. Never mind.
Okay. So
I hold the
to
door
her
open for Galil.
daughter or son.
Let's go.
all right, Sonder, where are you taking Fume?
Just the main places, like place she can find to rest and sleep and put her things, where she can go to shower or whatnot, and then the eating area, and just the top area. I don't want to give her like, oh, this is the control room, and this is where this is where the ballistas are at, and you can blow things. I just
Yeah.
Do you show her
just
the
what she
lavatorio?
needs. Yeah, I'll show her the
well-
lavatory. Yep.
Surprise her with scent. No.
You now smell like new car. Ha ha.
What's a new car?
New
What is
car.
new
It's
car? Yeah.
CAH.
Only
New car.
Iskra knows what that's like. She's like, I brought this scent from
From Ravnica. It smells just like this.
Right.
All right, you guys feel the airship start to lurch beneath your feet, and as you are walking, Sunder, you show her the place where she can like stow her things. I'm assuming in one of the berths on the lowest deck, because there's those center areas that have like
the lower deck where Finch lives
yeah.
as well. Yeah, there's a bunch of
Does she still have mega tent or mega hammock?
Fanch in the
ultra
one
hammock.
room. Yeah. Mhm.
in that one. Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, there's we have this row of rooms, and then on the other side, another row, and two of them may be used up by some of the people we have that are staying with us, Olgin and Finch. But feel free to take an empty room.
You're awfully kind for the fact that only a few hours ago we were at each other's throat, and yet you trust me to. I know that we're not necessarily alone, and she kind of like looks in the directions of where you can hear other people talking to the ship, but you would still be alone with me.
Trust you enough.
That's where you were wrong. And she sits with her up.
She goes over to one of the hammocks that's set up in the room, like kind of messes with it a little bit.
Did she fall out of it? No.
Not so long after what happened to my monastery, I had feelings of anger towards not just Tiamat and the sons and daughters of her, but towards Bahamut himself. And I've met people along the way that have helped me understand that there's more to what happened than what initially meets the eye. I thought that the name of justice had been smoldered. But I've gotten past that. And I guess a part of me saw myself in you. I understand your anger and how you feel. I understand the need to find vengeance, or to feel alone or abandoned, or like you need to prove yourself to your god. I know the feeling. But I also knew that you were more than that. I saw the jungle. I saw the sorrow pod. You, the other Genasis. I know you're sensitive to the word justice, but I want to help you find that. If it gives you a second chance.
She just nods.
Well, over here are the bathrooms, and you can shower down that way. What else?
She just follows along quietly and like examines everything as you're showing her. As you guys pass by, Iskra, who was in the process of telling Fanch, and Ogun has now joined you as well in your explanation of events, if you wish, or whatever you were telling her. And they're just kind of watching you, just like in shock as you go over all the events of what has kind of had just transpired. And they like watch as Sonder and Fume like walk past them, and you can just see like Ogun watch and then like look back at you, not really as phased, but then Fanch finally turns back. You know, sometimes, I mean, I've heard of like people being friends with exes, and I feel like this is not like that, but then also kind of like that. Like it's a little strange, you know, considering all things considered. Are you sure we can sure she's gonna be all right?
No.
I don't get the feeling she's gonna try anything, but I'm confident in us as a crew to be able to deal with it if she does. And I mean, look at us, right? We're a ragtag bunch as it is. It's worth a try.
I mean, yeah, I suppose you're not wrong. I'll keep an eye out just in case.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel any more comfortable, I don't think you'll be the first person that she kills in while we're sleeping.
Oh, sure. You know, why don't you just put that thought in my head? That's great. That's exactly what I needed. Make sure to lock the door, you know, before I go to bed and double check under the, well, I was gonna say the mattress, but I'm not staying under a bed, so, you know, I'll check under the hammock, I guess, before I go to sleep. Make sure that no one's trying to hide. But
automatically unlock your door?
Good.
No. Do I? Should I have started locking my door? I mean, I figured most of you guys is pretty okay to be around, you know what I mean?
Kendra just has like a genuine expression of like, and just
Different places, I guess. I lock my door every chance I get. Not that I don't trust everyone, just habit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I suppose. I just hadn't thought about it. I'm just glad we're gonna be away from the city. You know, last night was like one of the first nights I was able to sleep pretty well, all things considered. She kind of like rubs her midsection a little absent-mindedly.
Yeah, no residual effects of the mind stuff that got to us.
I mean, I guess not really. I mean, it's been a little dreary out there, you know, even before the rain started. It was a little on the, you know, bleak and deserty outside, but nowhere near as bad as when we were in the city. But then again, when we were in the city, it felt a lot better than it was, you know what I mean? So, guess I just take it with
you know, now that I ask you that question, I kind of wonder if my positivity towards Fume is that. Well, I shrug.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I guess. I will have you know that me and Ogun over here have been sparring a little bit, you know, because we had nothing else to fucking do around here. So we
Hey,
I was practicing. Yeah, why not? He's just a big teddy bear, and she like slaps upwards like this, and at this point, as she goes up, it like hits his pec. Like he's that much bigger than her, so it's just like he's just a big teddy bear, you know. It's fine.
well, it's
Kendra
Sandra and
just
I were
doesn't
teaching
even
her.
look. I have a flashback of when he came at me, and I'm like, no, he's not.
And he takes 68 damage from just that hit.
As he flies through the wall. In this moment, Ogun just kind of looks over to you, Kindred, and he kind of does this like toothy half smirk up one side, and just see this row of teeth that goes up like the snout of his.
Nom.
You almost swear you hear a little bit of a low, like echoey growl, but you don't know if it was more of your imagination or if it was for real.
Just look for his little cage that he doesn't have anymore. Be like, but I don't say shit. I'm just like, I still need to warm to him again.
All
Scary.
right. So, as you guys have, so then Fanch turns to Iskra. So you're wanting to go to Nethjet, huh?
I figure it's worth taking a look anyway. It probably won't take too long to, you know, track down this lead, and if it's not anything, then we can move on.
Sure. I mean, I don't know how good of a lead. The only person that I really had any sort of contact with was a lady by the name of Zaral. She was the only one I really ever talked to, aside from, you know, occasional just how do you do's to some of the others that were there. And I don't know if any of the other people that my husband dealt with are still in the city, but Zaral, I think, was one of the mainstays there. She helped out with saying that she helped out with healing or fixing people is a bit of a, you know, sugar-coated version of things, I guess. She
made sure you didn't die.
Sure.
Wow.
Nethjet is more of a more along the necromantic lines of some of the other cities in Thay, at least the ones that we went to. So I didn't really go out in the city much because of that.
That could be useful to us. I kind of glance over at Kindred.
What was that? It's the necromantics. No.
As if I remember correctly, the Nethjet had a kind of a fortress, a castle or something that was there, and that's where Fablin kind of kept his quarters when he was in town. He wasn't around much, and I never actually got to meet him, but I knew that that's where his one of his homes was when he wasn't, she like nods out the direction to the north when he wasn't up with the big man himself.
And she said Fablin?
Fablin.
Fablin, okay. And that was like what I'm assuming is like a lich.
The goblin.
Okay. You said there was a fortress? Did it?
Well, it was like a, like a
kind of like
castle.
this, and I'll minor illusion, very pocket size, the fortress.
Oh no, that's the one that was in Amrutla, right? No, I'd never seen anything like that before.
Well, how did that one look like? And as she's describing, I will try to change it to. If she can.
Let me see here.
Because do each of these cities have their own brainwashing?
Right. Or is it just an ordinary castle?
She kind of like, as she like starts to describe it, it does basically take the form of more of an ordinary building. It is more fortressy, like it's got walls and turrets and stuff like that to it, with an inner structure, but it is not anywhere near the same shape as the obelisk. The
fortress.
The fortress, yeah, but I was trying to remember what it was made out of.
Crystal.
It was like an obsidian.
Obsidian,
spire,
the obsidian,
right?
yeah, the obsidian fortress kind of thing.
Okay.
So it looks more normal than that. But I never actually went in there. We kind of stayed at one of the fancier places. I mean, fancy being a loose term for a city that's like creepy as all get out, but it wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite.
Kept girl.
I was gonna make some sort of comment about you, but I guess it doesn't really apply anymore. So you know what? It's fine.
Go ahead.
I'll let that one fly.
Bring it.
No. Just remember. I'm keeping track.
Okay.
Anyway, she looks over at Iskra. You guys you look pretty soaked, all of you. I'm imagining you probably want something to warm up. We'll go meet up with the rest of your hooligans and see what the plan is once we get there. Tell them what I know.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
All right.
It's good to see y'all. I'm glad you know we're
It really
safe.
is.
Yes, Kindred, it is good to see you too. And just like walks past you.
Glares menacingly.
Was there a sarcasm
I get like a
in
chill
his
run down
voice?
my back. No.
All right. So
Looking at Kindred as that happens, like, so who do you think's gonna take you out first, Ogun or Fume?
so we're gonna say,
chuckle. Clearly, I was joking.
I'm gonna say that around this time is when Sol will get on the deck of the airship and revert back from eagle form.
yeah,
After doing a little eagle caw.
Yeah. I would
So
imagine
majestic.
I would imagine that after noticing that the ship is starting to move, that you wouldn't want to get left behind, so you would have followed the airship at that point. All right.
Renata's still on deck.
Okay. You're still up on top. All right. So, as skipping forward a little bit, we'll say that you guys have at least. Hold on. Let me see here real quick. You guys have a few hours before you actually arrive, or would arrive close to, Nethjet, as I recall.
Excuse me.
Because I have something to do.
We'll put
Go town
you.
beyond.
You have about 70 miles or so. We'll put you, I guess, 80 miles out from the city. So that you will have a little bit of distance before you actually would get there. So I think at the speed that the airship goes,
The speed of love.
The limit does not exist.
you're looking at about like 3 hours of travel before you get there. It's not too far off.
I would just like to go ask Granny really quick, like during all this time, like, hey, boys are getting older. How would you feel about them learning a little bit of magic?
Trust me, you don't want those boys learning anything that can explode, make noise, do lights, turn anybody else into a rabbit. If you could help them read better, that would be good. That's acceptable. Probably harmless, unless you're wanting to, they will get into your journal. Trust me, they will get into your journals. One way or another.
Them how to clean their rooms.
Nothing that involves any pain, discomfort, surprises.
Or lasting longer than 4 hours.
I would even put a limit of 10 minutes at most. Those boys, listen, whoever was the genius that gave them that fucking whistle, if I ever find out who did it, they are gonna have some words from me. Just saying.
I try to keep a straight face. I'm like, oh, don't say yes, girl. Don't say yes, girl.
Also, I feel like there was something one of yous gave them that was like fireworks or a flare or something. Whoever did that.
That was me, but they were supposed to only use it in emergencies when we landed in that forest and got hijacked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm glad to say they listened.
Right, listened. Yeah, sure. Lighting up the inside of the internal parts of the cabin when they thought they saw something crawling around in the dark doesn't, I don't think, qualify as an emergency, and we nearly lost the ship to a little bit of the fire. Probably not the best idea. I had to take it away from them. It's in a safe place. I'm not even telling you where it's at. Clearly, you can't be trusted.
Cleavage.
You see the little tip sticking out just a little bit. The worst.
Okay. All right. That still leaves some things.
If it doesn't fall in any of those categories, run it by me first, and then I'll let you know.
They learn disintegrate. No.
Oh my god.
I mean, that's painless, right?
Oh my god. Well, I guess it could be. Arjun, what were you gonna say?
Because we got about 3 hours to kill, right?
Yep.
Arjun is gonna go and try and find Fanch. Once all the hubbub has died down, we're all picked a direction we're going.
Yep. I would say that probably.
So,
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say you find her with a couple of the others in the galley area, as they're all started to gather together.
yeah, he'll pull up a chair and do the old Riker maneuver. Glad somebody was there for that.
Yep.
So you've been keeping up with practice, or how's that going?
She looks over at you. Listen. I know you all had a very entertaining experience while I was away, but I had nothing to do for several days of boredom in the middle of the desert. So yes, I did a little bit of practice. Got good with it. Some things, you give me learned tried to keep up with what I had learned from Sonda with the quarterstaff. I know a little bit of sword work now, even a little bit of the old 1-2s. And she does her little fingers like this. Little you can see little sparkles of flame kind of like shoot from her fingers.
Jubilee?
So, you know, I think I've got most of my bases covered. Not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do with any of it exactly, but you know, I've got some tricks up my sleeve. I've learned already, got yelled at by Grandma Ellie not to do it inside the cabins, so can't exactly give you a demonstration here, but I can show you this. And she like stands up, straightens her clothing, focuses, and snaps her fingers. And as she snaps her fingers, her entire form changes as she casts Disguise Self on herself. And she looks like a blonde woman in Thayan robes. What do you think?
Well, I can say that the old form is more pleasing to the eyes, but I see what you're going for.
I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be this. I just was trying to go for an element of surprise. When you see like her hair is like really old, fat, like 40s style, like curls, and it's like all done up. But it's got this really elaborate red and black robe that almost looks a little sequiny, kind of off of Iskra's
I'm
performer
picturing
attire.
a very, very young Grandma Illy.
Kind of,
color,
a little,
or that
a little
hairstyle.
bit. Yeah, a little bit. So, you know, depending on what is necessary, she snaps her fingers again, and it changes out. That's, you know, I got probably a little bit of juice that I can do that at least a time or two, and then the rest of it's just a little bit of the flash and bang with the fire.
Well, I gotta say, your progress is remarkable. You should be proud of that.
Well, you know, I had some good teachers and a lot of spare time on my hands, so what's it gotta do?
Well, I've done well with your time, so when you get a sick, you have to see how you've actually improved combat-wise.
You won't know what hit you. I mean, you probably will. It'll be me. But aside from that, you won't know what hit you.
Oh, now the shit talking's starting. I like that.
What were you gonna say, Saul?
I just wanted to do some role playing, but whenever
Yeah, go for it. Or, I mean, unless there was more you wanted to say, Arjun.
No.
Okay.
So Soul's going to make his way to his room, but on the way over there, he's going to be looking around in the other rooms to see if he sees Ogun.
Ogun will be with everybody else in the galley.
Okay. So then eventually he'll go down to the galley area.
Okay.
And so everyone is there, like
I think most.
Fanch and
Fanch is there. By this point, Sonder has been there, and like Fume is there too, but kind of more off to the side, just kind of watching from as much of a corner as she can. Assuming Kindred is there. I don't know about Galil. I was gonna say Galil, but I don't know where Galil went, so I'm assuming Galil there as well.
He's off drinking some moonshine
Yeah,
or something.
okay.
Oh, here he is.
Yeah. So you're there with everybody else, right, Galil? Oh, you're muted, or we can't hear you.
Yes, I'm there with everybody at the galley.
All right, cool.
I can still hear you.
All right.
Hi everyone. I wanted to make sure that there was no one looking or following or nearby, so it looks like we are good. Hello, Ogun.
Hello, Soul. It's been a while.
Are you okay? Have you been safe?
We haven't been doing anything but sitting and staring at the city from far away. We've been pretty bored, but safe.
That's good then. I think I have almost died maybe like 2 or 3 times. But we are okay.
I'm glad that you all came back in one piece.
Me too. Is there anything to eat?
Sure. And he kind of shows, like, gestures at the table where there's like a couple of snacks and some hot tea that has been set up and ready for everybody.
Hogan is the snack.
He's sitting on the table. But yes.
Is this okay with everyone?
Oh my god. All right, so as everyone is together,
Miss is there drinking tea, but she's totally wet still. Like, she's not
Same
bothering
as
to
well.
dry off.
I've already went to the lavatory, rinsed off because I missed it.
um,
And have that
Okay.
minty fresh smell.
all right, as you had gone to as you're coming back up, you're feeling fine and fresh and whatnot, you see for a moment at the corner of your eye movement over by the not the dock, what is called the storage bay area.
Hello?
You weren't sure what it was that you saw. It seemed to have appeared and disappeared just as quickly. But it seemed you see the door to the cargo hold is slightly ajar.
Is it normally closed? Is it something I'd be like, that's odd?
Normally.
Guys, did y'all get anything out of the storage down here really quick?
You don't hear it.
I haven't been down there yet.
You you don't hear any reply from up above, as you can hear people talking up in the galley, but nobody seems to have heard you. And you swear you heard somewhere.
The fuck? What was that?
The laugh.
Oh, that was you, Sonder.
Sorry.
You swear that you hear laughter.
This is that fucking doll. God damn it, I was worrying about that. Okay. If I don't come up in 5 seconds, something's up. As looking down that hole, I'm going to where'd it go? Where the fuck did it go? Minor illusion. An image of me just like coming up to like the right where the doorway would be, just kind of looking.
It's a very short version of you since it's only 5. It only does 5 foot square. It's like a tiny thing.
Well, it's kind of like hunched, so like it's me, but like
This little illusionary version of yourself
Nice way to get around it by just being crouched.
goes over there. And you don't see anything.
oh, I'm staying back. It
No,
was
I know,
more
but
to,
you
like,
don't
if
see
something
anything.
was gonna-
You don't see anything
Okay.
react.
Gotcha. I'm gonna look behind me like, I don't like this. And I'm gonna look at Mouse like, you saw that, right?
The snake just
Okay,
looks
guys.
at you.
Blinks. Hey, Arjun. Could you come down here ASAP? Post haste.
Arjun
Please.
was already moving when he said this whole thing about if I'm not back or you don't hear from me.
Do you move towards the door at all or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm just like, fuck that. Mm-mm.
If you don't see anything, you
I hear
look.
footsteps and get scared for a second.
And then you feel the presence on the back of your mind. The cold chill that runs up your spine and fills your head with that other voice.
My student,
Oh, Jesus Christ, you scared the fuck out of me.
you're troubled. Oh,
I thought you were a doll.
a doll.
Long story. I need to figure out what that is about, but
Uh,
I'm glad it's you.
girl, I think. No, this isn't me. Something was birthed from you. Another presence.
Like, okay, what? That's a lot to take in.
It's at the edges, the fringes of your mind, of this space.
Have you seen anything like this before?
In a manner of speaking, should I be jealous?
Trust me, no. I'd much rather have a strawberry over an Annabelle.
You know, when I first reached out to you, there was something very powerful preventing me from doing so.
Just now, or
No. Long before. This feels familiar in that way. But less so. This is nascent, new.
Footsteps come down the stairwell and you have Ardrin come in.
I don't know if he sees me like kind of weirdly talking to myself, or if I notice him because I'm on edge.
I don't know,
It
does
could
it?
be a problem. We may need to find a way to address this.
The doll, right? That new presence.
How close am I? Like, did I just like step off the stairs and I see him?
Yeah,
or
down the
have I been
stairs.
able
So
to
like
walk
it's
up?
like
Okay.
down the stairs. You can see him like 10 feet away from you or so, like
Mhm.
kind of peeking around.
And I see him kind of peeking out more figuratively at
Yeah.
this point. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kindred, what's going on over there, buddy?
Oh.
with me.
Sorry,
My
what
eyes
did you
just-
say?
My eyes just. What was
No,
that?
Sa-
What did you say?
Saunders just
Sorry,
be-
I missed you.
Oh god damn it! I didn't see because there's too many voices. There's something. Even Strawberry feels it.
All right,
I
well, that
do indeed.
notwithstanding, kind of just flip the colors a little bit. Hey, Pop Tart,
It's-
you want to go on a little hunt?
Fading. Tell the other one to silence, please.
Shh. Quiet. Sorry.
It still haunts, lingers. But I think it knows we're looking.
That could complicate things.
Very much so.
Why does everyone try to get in our way?
I shall fade for now as well. Investigate this.
Under his eye.
You hear the little chuckle as that cold sensation goes away and fades back to your normal warmth.
I kind of come back. I'm still being weird. I'm yeah.
Oh, you're being normal. Got it.
The door
is closed.
But it was just open. I was standing there myself, but it wasn't me, it was the illusion. And then Strawberry. And then you. Please tell me, remember when I was a badass and casted the lightning and fried that one fucker?
I saw you cast lightning. Go on.
There was a brief moment. I saw something. I swear it was a doll of me. Did I get a good enough look at it that I could like minor illusion it to what I think I saw to him?
A very hauntingly blurry. It's like the pictures of Bigfoot or a UFO. It is not a clear representation. Yeah, but it is.
Is it a blurry image with a wristwatch clearly on? Or?
Yeah. It's a blurry image of what looks like
A little cell phone.
It looks like a young girl.
I swear it was only for like a split second. And then with the flash, it was gone. And I thought, out of sight, out of mind, what the fuck ever, but I don't know. I think it's followed me. It knows. Because even Strawberry picked it up. Something.
And how do we know that Strawberry isn't the one making you see these things?
I don't.
Well, just to be on the safe side, Pop-Tart, mind taking a little tour around? You know the ship pretty well by now, I imagine.
We can open the door and just let him out. Nobody will ever know.
You can't hear him, but I'm kind of keen to agree with him.
I'll watch from the darkness of your pocket.
That sounded better in your head, didn't it?
Yeah.
Pocket monster.
Yeah, he's your little Pokemon. Pocket monster. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, I swear, and I will mage
Go to-
hand the door back open again. As
It's
like,
locked.
This wasn't locked. I swear to God, it wasn't locked. I was standing with an illusion there, baiting whatever it was.
It's just one of like the outer locks that kind of locks on the outside, so you can just unlock the door and open it, but it doesn't push open when you try to push it open, and it was very clearly locked whenever, as you see it, Arjun. But the door gets unlocked and opens, and there's a giant stump on the inside. A couple of spider webs crisscrossed across it, but it is still there.
Oh, so this is the main storage.
Yeah, the main hold.
Oh, okay. That was like a little closet for a second that we were describing.
Oh yeah, no.
I do dancing lights to have it do a little
The lights float up and around the area, but it seems
When
completely
you create
fine.
them, like I kind of jump. Like Kindred is very on edge right now. Like mind stuff fucks with him, and so he's very on edge.
After I see him do that, I kind of just quietly, carefully kind of just touch his shoulder, letting him know that I'm there, that I'm real, and hopefully that translates to his head.
Stab. It
And
was
then
Kindred.
running.
Sparrow and Brackle jump out of the shadows.
Oh my God, they will die.
This will be the time. But yeah, a couple minutes of like poking around and everything seems fine. It all seems to have been in your head, Kindred.
I swear it was here. Something's here.
Well, let's
Something
maybe
came
take
back with
you
us.
up to Renan and see if he can find anything.
What was that? No.
You guys go upstairs to meet with the rest of the gang. As you go to
And
the
yeah, I just very quickly alert Ron that we're on the way, and maybe he should be taking a look at Kindred.
Yeah. Meanwhile, upstairs with everybody as they are having snacks and enjoying
Must be nice.
enjoying themselves for the moment. I know I'm completely unaware of the strange goings on down below.
I'm just slowly losing it.
Iskra,
Meanwhile, Fume's reading a good book.
Iskra, you feel warmth on your wrist. You
I glance.
glance down. The beginning markings of your tattoo are glowing.
I'm gonna set my tea down, go, gotta use the restroom real quick, and stand up and excuse myself.
You
And-
go.
Get the diuretic tea.
And so everyone
no!
buys it.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make like I'm going towards the bathroom,
Okay,
the
the lower section.
lavatorio.
Nice. All right. Do you go down to the third level or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. You're going down to the third.
Hoping it'll work from a different door and not from my closet like normal.
Right. You go downstairs. And we'll say that Ardrin and Kindred, maybe you are passing by each other as you like pass down the hallway.
I strangely just like touch you, like.
Yeah, you all right?
Yeah, you're real.
He's having another
I should
moment.
hope so. You okay? I kind of gotta go.
Oh, I get it. The food.
Oh no! I love
and
all of this.
I head over to towards the lavatorio, keeping
Alright.
up my act.
All right, as you go down there, the
Also, I was damp when you just like touched my shoulder.
you go down to the lower level and you see from one of the doors black smoke curls at the very bottom, like fingers of it just kind of waft.
This is different than normal. But I'm gonna go over there and like
And the closer you get, the warmer your tattoo feels and it starts to glow. Renan,
okay, could be Miss Morn, not a problem.
you also feel your tattoo glowing warmly.
I go, despite having been getting ready to go on my way to Kindred, I'm going to seek out Iskra.
Okay. And looking down the hallway on the second floor, you see the back of Ardrin and Kindred as they go to where everybody's at. And you kind of don't catch Iskra and go to the lower deck, to the third. And you see Iskra there in front of a door with like the black little mist that goes out below it. And your tattoo starts to pulse.
Yeah, so you see me hesitate there at the door for a moment and like take a breath and push it open. Or pull it open.
Yeah, you
I
pull it
imagine
out.
it's
This
push
one-
open so
yeah.
that you don't like smack people in the hallway.
Yeah, it goes as it goes open as the door disappears into blackness. And that same inky black creates what looks like a solid wall of just like smoke that kind of pulses and moves. And from its shadows,
Is it that this is so often disgusting?
from its shadows, a woman steps through, blindfolded, but with 3 greenish eyes that appear through the blindfold. She turns to Iskra and then looks over at Renan.
I give a slight bow.
I'll do the same.
Good to see you both. It has been some time.
Truly.
For you, you have learned much and grown stronger. Unfortunately, your former oracle is preoccupied. And I have been sent due to the direness of the circumstances. It is time for you to learn the next step on your journey.
I'm ready.
She looks over at
There's
Renan.
not
Go ahead.
something wrong at home, is there?
Do not concern yourself with that for now. Things are being handled. But it is important that you learn a few tricks before the next step on your journey. Will you attend? Night?
I will.
Follow me then.
And she turns back and walks into the dark, inky blackness.
Walking up to Iskra. Are you certain that you are ready?
I think so.
Then you are.
Are there any protocols I need to know? Oh, is this a ceremony, a way I should be acting?
Of course there are. But do any of us truly behave the way we should? Be respectful. It will have to do.
I nod, like, all right, I'll come up with something then.
You follow into the doorway. Follow into the
Yes.
doorway. The darkness oozes past you. You take a step into what feels like a cold space. Renan, you stand on the outside of this door. Do you pass through? Going in as well. A moment later, the door emerges from the inky blackness and closes. And the little black tendrils fall away. And that is where we are going to end for tonight.
We just lost Renan and Iskra.
While Kindred is having a panic attack. It's
So
all good.
Ken's having an average day. Got it.
Yeah.
You know that scene in Airplane where they started like, wake up!
Yeah. You know, it'd be really
So
great
I'm
if
just
you
worried
woke
that he accidentally brewed diuretic tea.
Everyone's like having a bad time. Like, what's going on? What did we drink?
Iskra's wishing she had a hottie toddy right now.
Hotty toddy. Yeah.
Yeah, I could use some of those hottie.
She did get a
titties or
hottie
whatever.
toddy.
Yeah.
To quote Last Star-Crossed.
Which, before we end,
Fucking doll.
we have a little scene to play for our closing closing segment. So if you'll turn your attention over to the screen here,
To the talking doll.
to the talking doll. Here we go. Afriel stands with Lady Farlight, a few guards, as he watches a small group of soldiers approach the teleportation circle here in the city of Atet. The magic starts to go off. And one by one, the soldiers start to quickly pass into the teleportation circle. The last one, before leaving, turns around and looks back his way. The helmet of the dog-like figure pulls away for a second, and the two look at each other and say nothing as he passes into the circle and disappears. Those who know Afriel well see his body exhale as if he'd been holding his breath before he straightens again. He looks over at Lady Farlight and nods, turns on his heels, and starts walking down the hallway, with her following, and the other guard as well. Walking down the hallway, he looks over to his side as he passes by the people that are walking back and forth here in the city center. And you're sure, he says to her, you're sure that the vision is set? She gives him a concerned look and shrugs. All right. Then now I suppose the rest is up to them. She nods, places a hand on his shoulder, and steps away and walks down a separate hallway, leaving him and his guard walking towards the sanctum. The two walk together in silence for a while as he continues to walk along the hallways here in the city center. He gets to the stairs that lead up towards his private chambers. As they walk, he turns his head slightly to her and takes a deep breath. So, I appreciate the work that you have done since you and your friends have been here. I know Korath has spoken to you about being part of the guard. And I know that from what I've heard, you are still thinking about whether or not you want to stay. Is that right?
I want to be of assistance to the rebellion. I don't know how much a demigod needs a god, but if it's where I can be useful.
You can be useful. And it's not so much a guard as sometimes there are secrets that I need help with. And I know that you have had your fair share of having to keep secrets yourself. I have a feeling that I can trust you. It's not something that probably one should say to many from your realm, but you have proven, and I have heard from others, some rather good reports. While Korith is gone, and in the possibility that he does not return, I'm going to possibly require your help with a few things in the days to come. Do you think that,
Again, whatever I can do to help put these red wizards to an end.
Then I'm glad you said that. He stops at the door to his sanctum and opens it. Once inside, you see in this space that was basically like a very, remember in The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the upper attic space is very like roomy, right? So this is very much a similar kind of situation. It's a very roomy attic that has been converted into private chambers. And on the far one side, you can see these two double doors that are open, and it looks like there's a bed chamber on the other side. And beyond that, a wide open balcony that has a bunch of hanging like curtains of like very sheer looking. You can see outside, and from here you can see you can hear like the sounds coming out from outside of birds and the heat of the sun. As he approaches, a figure comes out from the inner bed chambers. A dark-skinned wood elf with white hair and many, many braids that is tied back. He wears black and darkened clothing, and as he walks up to you, to the both of you, Leary, this is one of my oldest and dearest friends, Tempest. And Tempest looks to you and kind of does a little bow.
I'll nod.
He has brought something that, at the moment, just us and Atet know is here. And I would like to keep it that way. Come with me. And he goes into his room. And there against the wall, you see a ceremonial looking, almost glass-like coffin. And he walks over to it. When things happen, and you will know, because I will tell you when, if I am not able to fulfill this deed, and he is not either, he looks over at Tempest, I need you to finish this. And as you are both walking up to this coffin, you see inside what looks like a middle-aged elven man. Looks asleep. Resting. You can see the very slow rise and fall of his chest. This is the last piece of a puzzle and part of a unfortunate chain of events that must occur. When the time comes, and if no one else is available, I need to ask that you end his life. It could be the linchpin to our victory or our defeat.
I need a few more details than that. The last time I was asked to kill someone without questioning, wound up taking out a few generals that probably should have stayed alive.
Good. Good. I can provide you with all the details that you need. But your forthrightness and the fact that you do not kill without question leads me to believe that I can definitely trust you. Welcome to the Celestial Guard. Welcome to the Celestial Guard. Welcome to the Celestial Guard. Uh-oh. You guys caught on the loop.
It's on a loop.
There we go. I got it. We're good.
Welcome to the Celestial Guard.
Celestial Guard.
Not this.
Yes.
Theory kind of confirmed.
Yo, so freaking yeah, that's what Jamie said whenever we finished. Thank you, Jeremy, for that reenactment. Welcome to the Celestial Guard. Welcome to the Celestial Guard. I love it. Well, what a very fun set of events.
More information than that.
You know, this is exactly how you drive someone to madness. This is exactly how you do it.
I mean, I want, like, listen, you didn't think your level up was not going to come with, like, you know, extra stress? Come on.
I already have enough of that. Now
I'm
there's
giving
two
you
more
more.
goddamn voices.
Too many voices. All the voices. You're starting to see creepy girls, like, running around the place. Everyone's thinking you're crazy. Iskra goes into...
That's not new.
Iskra goes into doorways where they're covered with smoke, followed by following a strange lady with 3 glowing eyes. I mean, who does that?
Boracore.
Aliquin.
You just name everyone. This one and this one and this one and this one and this one.
You played D&D?
Yeah. But listen, things are about to kick off. I wanted to set up this next arc with some interesting little tidbits. So
It's good. Oh my gosh.
Crossing of the streams, as it were.
So excited.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I got Chucky after me.
Nah, you got it right with Annabelle. I think it was a better one.
I guess we'll wait to find out.
Guess you'll have to wait to find out, as we are due to arrive here in Nethjet, following some interesting leads there, potentially finding some interesting things.
Necromantic.
A necromantic city. We'll
Built to
see.
have a necroman.
A lot of people get hickeys there. Necromantic.
Necromantic. That's what it is. Yep.
I mean, I can't say much. I've been doing stupid puns all day.
Yeah, that sounds like something I was gonna say. That sounds like something Soul would say. Neck romantic. Everyone loves necks there. Yeah. Huh? Yes. You beat me to it. Perfect. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. Don't forget this Thursday, Dreamy. I think it was you said at 6 p.m. right? I'm pretty sure I saw it was at 6 p.m. Go support her over in Top Down Tabletop for some more mind-bending craziness with the Call of Cthulhu one-shot that they're doing over there. 6:30 p.m.
Don't forget to check your closets and check under your bed tonight.
Yeah.
Creepy three-eyed women.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll watch
Or
out
dolls.
for all. Yeah. 7:30 Eastern.
Problem here.
Or Gabe, back from the pet cemetery. Because it's not fair.
Because all those
slash your Achilles tendon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All those things. And then
so tonight's a 2-parter, right?
To be continued.
To be parted. Or not to be. But I don't have a closet. Yeah. Yeah, so lots of fun stuff. Looking forward to next week, the return of Starcross and that epic showdown that is no doubt going to be epic of epicness.
Oh man, oh man.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We'll see if we can keep all 4 of our party members alive. You know, just in case. And then that's about it. So I think that's all, folks. We'll see you next week. Be brave. Stay fey. If you have any more ideas for merch items, do send them my way. We can always try and find what we can put together for you guys. But keep an eye on the store. I'll be posting some more things. Going to work on the little window individual stickers for all of the character art that we've gotten so far with Starcrossed and Fey Hunters. So if you always wanted a little sticker of Finring, because I know it was everybody's favorite character, we can always get you one of those. Or a life-size pillow, you can punch it in the face. I don't know. You can do what you want.
We want that MILF money.
You know what we need? We need Nana wine glass set. That would be pretty great.
That would be amazing.
All right, we'll see you next time. Have a good night. Bye.